Good morning, good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura Show. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hi everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Last Minute Laura Morning Show. If you're new, I'm Laura. This is the Last Minute Laura Morning Show. Hey Frida, good morning. For those of you who are new here, we get together Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 9 a.m. Eastern until 1 p.m. That's 4 hours. We hang out, we chat, we work on our crafty things, and we talk about what's going on in our lives. And basically, it's just a great community, good energy, great way to start the day. So if you are new, definitely subscribe, because then you can join in the live chat. And if you're already subscribed, don't forget to like the video, because it definitely helps the channel grow and I would really appreciate it. Loving that sweater. Thank you, Claudia. Yes, this is a scrap sweater from all of my acrylic scrap yarn from a couple of years ago when we lived in Toronto. Let me say hi to everybody who's in the chat this morning. Saga, good morning. Nice to see you. Frida, afternoon, of course. Slinky, good morning. Sup, party people. Slinky, good morning. Alcy, good morning. Nice to see you this morning. And Claudia, good morning. Nice to see you this morning. So, what kind of pearls? What did I see? Frida, my pearls came in the mail. Trying to decide what jewelry to make. I thought of you. Oh, like loose pearls. Cool. That's exciting. Good morning from New York. Claudia, good morning from Southern Ontario, where the weather today is a little frightful, not gonna lie. We went outside and the wind is so sharp, and it's not snowing, it's raining, but it's very cold, like it should be snowing. And since it's not snowing, the rain is like cold and sharp, and the wind is sideways. So this morning would have been a good morning to remember to wear my hat, but I didn't, and now we're here. Good morning, DK, nice to see you this morning. So, what can we talk about right now? Let's talk about first what the title of the stream says, and that is that we had a scam story. Lovely hairdo, 80s. You think? I feel like to make it 80s, I should do more like a. Hold on. More like a something a little higher. You know, like something that would. Like, I feel like it would be more, there we go, that's more 80s, don't you think? I don't know, I wasn't here yet. So I don't know how to style my hair. I don't know how to style my hair anyway, let's be honest, but I have to do that thing again. Reline up the things. Yes, a scam apartment, Frida. So we found an apartment that obviously it was too good to be true, but Alex and I were hopeful. So we were like, maybe it's not too good to be true. Let's reply. So we replied to the ad, and the people got back to us and said, yep, the place is still available. It was all inclusive. It was like under budget, which should have been a thing that told us that it was too good to be true, because if it had everything we wanted, there's no chance it would be under budget. But anyway, now I'm struggling. I was fine, and then there. Okay, no, ouch, now it's tight on my head. Oh, also, Alex and I got our flu shots last night, so that's good. My arm hurts a little, but it's not as bad as last year's flu shot. Last year's flu shot, I was like unwell for, no, come back here. Thunder was bugging my grandpa. I made him breakfast this morning because it's my grandpa's birthday. So I made him like a nice breakfast, and Thunder was bugging him the whole time. The whole time? The whole time. Come here, you little troublemaker. Okay, well anyway, let me get back to my scam story first. So there was this apartment. There were actually 3 apartments. Good morning, Louisa. Nice to see you. There were 3 apartments that Alex and I were like, how could this happen? There's 3 of them, one in Mississauga, one in Burlington, and one in Kitchener. Those are cities, towns, somewhat near to us, like within an hour of where we are right now, is where all of these different places were. So we were like, that's fine, because we wanted to live within an hour of where we are right now. And we know we're not going to be able to live on a farm right now, so we were looking at condos and apartments and houses. So, beautiful 3 houses, 3 apartments. They were condos, similar to like what we lived in Toronto, but 2-bedroom, and came with parking and utilities included, which never happens. So I emailed all of them, hey, we are very interested. This is our credit score. Please get back to us. We have a dog, cat. Like, I gave a whole nice thing about Alex and I so that I could, so that we would look good on, I don't know, apartments paper. And then they replied, yes, no, go lie down. Go. You had yours. Go. Go lie down. Thunder, go lie down. You had your breakfast. Go. Lie down. Troublemaker. Hello, Renata. So, yeah, so they replied, all 3 of the ads replied, 3 different ad people, like 3 different accounts posted the ads, but they replied with the same message, and when I replied to that message, because it was like, are you still interested? Tell us a little bit about yourself, and I was like, that's what I did already, like, that's what I did with my application, I did that. So I was like, okay, and it was like, we do not have time to waste to fill this place, and we can't show it right now because we're out of town. And it was like all 3 of them basically said the same thing. So it's just a scam to get people's photo IDs. What they want you to do is they convince you they have a fake ID that shows that they're like a Canadian citizen, a stolen passport, and then they show the passport and say that they're a military worker and therefore they're not living in their condo because they've been put abroad, which happens in Canada, and that they can't come show the apartment, but if you sign the lease and give first and last month's rent, then you can go to the apartment and the concierge will let you in because you'll have a lease, that's not ever how a lease works ever. And I know that, and we had a scammer hey, come here. We had dealt with a scammer when we were moving to Toronto. We found a place that was too perfect to be true. Come here. Come here. What are you trying to do? You already had your breakfast, you already went for your walk, and you already harassed Grandpa. Go lie down. Go lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Thunder, lie down. Lie down. All the way down. Thunder. Lie down. Lie down. Good boy. Good boy. Very good boy. Sorry, if I tell him he has to lie down, he has to lie down, or else then he'll learn that if he doesn't have to lie down when I tell him to, so it has to be, I know it's like a whole thing. He's still, anyway. So yeah, they would want the first and last. No harassing the person in charge of housing. Exactly. Well, yeah, Frida, that's frustrating because exactly, as soon as we got the email, I was like, ugh, it's a scam, too bad, because it was like we weren't replying to other housing because we thought these were perfect places, and we were like, I'd be happy to live in any of these 3. All 3 of them had the same message come back, and then when I went and clicked on the ad again, the ad had been deleted, so I couldn't report the person. I reported the conversation, but there's nothing in the conversation that's problematic because I say, hey, this is me, can we rent? And it says, are you still interested? Give me your contact information. Here's my contact information. And then it goes off the site, like off of the renting, like off of that site. Now it's email based. So there is nothing illegal that went down there. But apparently it's like a common housing scam, and they use that scam to get your photo ID and some money, but then they use your photo ID to scam the next person. So it's like a photo ID collection, which was like a bummer. Obviously, I did not send my photo ID to a random person on the internet. They knew how to do it. Well, yeah, and I'm sure that it's worked multiple times before. I'm sure it has. That scam apparently originated in Nigeria. That's what I was looking on a Toronto Reddit, and there were other people like showing versions of the same email. Oh, thank you, Slinky. It's handmade, obviously, and it's made of scraps. But apparently, it's like a pretty common scam in big cities that this is a thing that's done. And I didn't like, I knew it happened before to us, and it was weird how much detail they had about the other person when we were in Toronto. Like, they sent us pictures of their family and like where they worked and like weird extra information to try and make us feel secure. But for me, that was like a red flag, because I'm like, no landlord cares enough to give you a photo of their family. Like, no landlord cares like that. So anyway, so that was a bummer, because those 3 condos were beautiful. Beautiful 2-bedroom, huge balcony, 2 bathroom, 2 parking space. It was all a scam, so there wasn't anything like that, but still, it looked beautiful. So now we're back to the drawing board on the house hunting. But that's what happened. Also, morning, Sid. Morning, Blind Stitches. And hello, they knew how to do it. Yes, exactly. But anyway, we made the best of it, and we went. I had to pick up a prescription for my new all-day panic attack pill that's supposed to help with my heart palpitations. And honestly, it mostly has. Like, a couple times a day, I'll have like a heart palpitation that makes me go like, eh. But it was all day before, and I thought like I was dying. Like, I told you guys, like, I'm gonna make a doctor's appointment because I think I'm like having a heart attack. And then one of you said like, that sounds like a panic response. I called my doctor that day, and she was like, that sounds like a panic response. And I was like, okay. So I had my doctor's appointment. They talked to me all about like everything, and were basically like, just in case, we're going to put you in for an echocardiogram and a blood test. So I have to go for the blood test this week, and I think is echocardiogram ECG or EKG? I don't know. They're going to put some electrodes on my heart just to make sure nothing's wrong with my heart. I don't think there is anything wrong with my heart, because as soon as I started taking these pills, it stopped. So, or it very greatly reduced. So yeah, that's good. We went to go pick up my prescription, and our pharmacy is still where our old house is. So we go to this pharmacy that it's like 40 minutes away from this house. But we were like, whatever, like, what do we have to do tonight? So we went to that pharmacy because that's where my prescription was. And then it was like 5:30, and I remembered, like, we still have to get our flu shot. So I asked when I was picking up my prescription, like, do you guys do flu shots here yet? And they were like, we finished doing them at 6, and the pharmacist, well, I'll ask. And then the pharmacist said, okay, I can do 1 flu shot now. And then I said, can you do 2? Because Alex was in the car with Thunder, because my grandpa doesn't really like when we leave Thunder here, because it's not his dog, and if we leave him locked up in the bedroom, he barks. If we leave him loose, then I don't know. It's just like, there's just a bit of a vibe where he doesn't really like him around that much, which is, we've been managing. But yesterday we had to leave him here because we had a doctor's appointment, and it was like therapy, so we both had to go. Anyway, we came home, picked up Thunder, went to the pharmacy, and then they said, yes, we can do 1 flu shot. And I said, my partner's in the car with the dog. Can I fill out the paperwork for 2 flu shots, and then we'll swap out. I'll go in and hang out with the dog, and then he can get his flu shot. And she was like, okay. And it was the last 2 flu shots of the day, no lineup. And I mean, my arm hurt for the evening, like how it does for a regular flu shot. But like today, I don't have any, like, you know, sometimes after you have a flu shot, you feel a little bit bummed out. You don't feel great. Like last year, I didn't feel great after my flu shot. I had it in the morning, and it was like from noon until the next day I stayed in bed. I wasn't feeling great. But this one, so far, so good. No issues. So that's good. And the booster, the 3rd shot, is going to be eligible for 50 and over like next week, which means next it'll be like 40 and over, 30 and over, and then it'll be me. So I just wanted to get it done so that I would have the 2-week buffer before the 3rd booster happens. No, I see you. Don't you think about it, mister. Okay, how's it going with your grandpa? You said you made him breakfast. Yes, I made breakfast this morning, and you won't even believe this. This is the Hey, go lie down. No, go lie down. He needs nothing. I know that it seems like I'm being really harsh, but he's not behaving, and also he's been on a long walk this morning. He had breakfast. I know my grandpa snuck him food because Thunder was upstairs harassing him before the stream, and also he went both pee and poo when he went on his walk. So like I know he doesn't need anything. He's just being a troublemaker, and I don't want him to make trouble right now. Anyway, I made 3 hard-boiled eggs cut in half with a little bit of pepper, and then 2 pieces of toast with butter, and then an Ensure, and then pills. And did I do anything else? Oh, and a cup of tea, obviously. And he had the whole thing, which is great, unless he gave it to Thunder, which I didn't see, but I hope not, because Thunder will not have a good stomach reaction to eating that kind of food. But, kind of a fun fact here. I thought, hey there, Antoinette, nice to see you, and good morning, cats, and Housewife in the Woods, nice to see you as well. So, yeah, breakfast went great. It's his birthday today, so I made a mashup song of the Good Morning song and of Happy Birthday, because my grandpa was actually the one who, when we would sleep over here when we were children, he would sing that every morning when we woke up. He would say, good morning, you slept the whole night through, good morning to you. And he would sing that a bunch of times just to like wake us up. And it was like a nice thing that happened whenever we slept over here. So it's kind of like, it's like our thing. Like it'll always make him smile if I sing that. So he was already awake because he wakes up at like whenever very elderly people wake up early, but he was still in bed, so I sang him awake, and then I had breakfast ready, and it went, and then I hybridized the good morning with happy birthday because it's his birthday, and so that means probably there's going to be a few visitors today, which means I need to get Alex to clean up the bathroom because the downstairs bathroom is the one that guests use because the upstairs bathroom is Grandpa's bathroom. So that's something that has to get done, but it went well. It was good. And I'm very happy that we got our flu shots because my grandpa is obviously compromised. He's like an elderly man and he's not well. Like it's good to have our flu shots. He wouldn't do well to have the flu. He'll get his flu shot, but he'll probably get it at the next doctor's appointment he goes to so that it's not a separate appointment for him to go get a flu shot because it's a lot to get out of the house and to get all that stuff set up. So I'm guessing that that will be something that happens in the next couple of weeks when he goes for his well, I wonder if he'll get his booster shot first and then his flu shot. I suppose it depends, whatever's available. I know, I really don't want another one. I mean, I'll do it, but ugh, my body's tired. Yeah, honestly, I feel that way too, Frida. Like, ugh, when is it going to be over? But I think it's just not going to be over. I think it's going to be like, now we'll get 2 flu shots, or maybe they'll combine them by the time next year comes, and we'll just have to get one, like, power shot that'll cover everything. But we might just have to have 2 flu shots now, so that we don't have to get sick. But I don't want to get sick, so, like, yes, the flu would not be something that would cause me a lot of stress and strain, but it could literally really hurt my grandpa or my parents. They're not, like, young anymore, so not worth it. Oh no, a Dutch lesson you forgot. You're not in the mood. Play hooky, skip class, hang out with us. No, do your Dutch lesson. Getting my booster and my flu shot the same day next week. Oh, here they told us 2 weeks after the flu shot is when you get your booster. Like, you need 2 weeks between. Again, I don't know if that's, like, actually important or just so that they don't have everybody rushing to get everything at once. That's possible too. But yeah, I am glad that I got mine. And I'm glad that it didn't bother my symptom, like no symptoms, which is great. And I'm also glad that it was available last night. We were the only 2 people that were there, and we got our shot, which was great. And what else? What else? What else? I feel like I had something else to talk about as well. Nope, nothing in my head. I have editing to do today. It's going to be a big editing day, which I'm not 100% looking forward to. I'm not going to lie. I did take my Concerta, which is like Adderall. So hopefully that will help me push through the edit for next week's video, because I'm not done next week's video yet. And then if I can finish next week's video today and tomorrow, then I can edit the following week's video the following day. I'm just, I'm ahead in terms of filming, and now I have to catch up with the editing, which is my goal. 2 weeks of editing, 2 weeks of filming, and I'm now in the 2 weeks of editing period, and I slacked off a little bit on that this week. So that means next week I have to really hunker down with my editing, because the following week is a filming week. Is there someone in that red urn looking jar back there? No, it's just an empty urn. I think that was when my grandpa went to... I want to say it's from China. I want to say it's when he was in, I don't know where, Beijing maybe? I don't know. I think my grandpa, when he traveled, he would send himself things back here. Like, not, he wouldn't carry them with him. He would like ship them to himself, so that when he got home there would be like tons of stuff. That was one of those things. Pretty sure it's from China. But no, nobody's in it. It's empty. That would be a lot of person. I feel like urns aren't that big, are they? What stitch are you whizzing through? Claudia, I'm doing a double crochet, but I'm doing it in a granny square. So 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1. I'm doing a little naturally dyed blanket for one of my sisters. I think I know which sister now, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna wait till it's finished to see how big it turns out. But my older sister, she really, she treasures the handmade blankets I've made for her. Like, I've made her a couple of crocheted blankets, I've made her a quilt, I've made her a throw, and all of them are in rotation in her like blanket life. My sister is like a Pottery Barn granola businesswoman, if that gives you a picture of her, or at least that's how it appears. Like, her house is always clean, she has decor for the seasons, she does, oh my god, she does a Christmas card. I wish I could show it to you, but I feel like that might be a violation of her privacy. So she does a Christmas card with like her husband and her dog, and they're all wearing the same thing. And it's adorable, but she likes my handmade stuff. She likes my handmade sweaters, she likes my handmade blankets. I asked my little sister, what would you like for Christmas, handmade by me? And I said, also, you can have any one of the sweaters that I've made, because I can make another sweater for myself, and if you like any of my sweaters. She was like, yep, I want a sweater. I don't care which one. I want one of your sweaters. So I'm going to just hand me down one of my sweaters for my little sister, and she'll love it, which makes me very happy. And also, she knows that, like, if she no longer loves it, it's not a get rid of thing, it's a give back thing, which is awesome. Oh no, no baby yet. No baby in the, not even in the forecast yet, unfortunately. But no, my sister just, she appreciates my handmade blankets, and she uses them and displays them. Like, she has a spare bedroom, and the quilt that I made her is the topper on the bed, which when I went to her house, it kind of made me tear up, because in that room also there was a piece of art that I made for her when I was in high school. Like, it's like an 8.5 by 11 paint board, so it's like canvas, but it's canvas stuck to cardboard. Do you know, is that, I don't know what that's called. It's not a canvas that's like a mounted canvas, it's like a canvas on cardboard, so the front feels like canvas but the back is cardboard. Anyway, I painted this thing that I painted when I was like, I don't know, 17, and I gave it to her for her birthday one year, and she, like, it's displayed in her house, like, it's framed and displayed in her house. So, and it's displayed in that spare bedroom. So there's the quilt topper and the it's just like she appreciates my handmade things, and it makes me feel nice to give them to her. My little sister, she doesn't make any clothes when she crochets. So she makes a lot of blankets, and she makes a lot of, like, she can do granny squares. She's never tried to make a granny square item though, like a granny square outfit thing. She just makes blankets. So a sweater for her would be a great gift. My weird artwork, all kinds of media, is dispersed among my family also. But I mean, most of my family wouldn't appreciate my weird artwork, but my older sister, she really, like, she cherishes it, and I really appreciate that. Frida, in actual fact, this has done him a favor. He took up exercise, changed his diet, and lost 3 stone. What did I miss? Chocolate is meh, but maybe he can have that, or can't he have any chocolate? What am I missing? Oh, baby alert, I wish. No, a blanket lover. I wish it would rub off on me that it has done him a favor. Exercise, lost 3 stone. I've lost 10 pounds since moving here. Weighed myself yesterday. My weird artwork. All kinds of media. How much is a stone? Yeah, isn't it? I feel like it's like 12 pounds. I don't know, or 14 pounds. It's something weird. Why is it called a stone? But yeah, how much is a stone? But yeah, the heart palpitations, I don't think mine are caused by food allergies, as I don't have any known food allergies. And also I am in a high stress, high anxiety situation, so I'm pretty sure that's what's causing it. 14. Hey, I was close. Son can't have milk. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I did start using more milk when we moved here, so maybe it's related. But I think it's more about the panic, because as soon as I took the time-release, day-long panic attack pill, I stopped having them to such an extent that it was disturbing my day. But yeah, so this blanket I think will go to my older sister, because I think that she will like it. Or she'll be like, stop giving me blankets. I have enough of your blankets. There's a possibility that that will happen, but there's a possibility that she'll just be like, yay, another blanket. We'll have to see. But I am happy to be working on something that I can work on off camera. Like, this is not a project to be taught, it's just a granny square blanket. But I'm using my naturally dyed yarn. This gray blue is Concord grape. Concord grape skin from like 2-3 years ago now. This was done in Toronto, so that must be at least 3 years ago now. And then the brown is from black walnuts. So over time, this will fade to a more gray, less blue. I know in the camera it looks really gray, but it does have a blue hue to it. I'm sure the blue will fade out over time, but... Do your sisters watch your vlogs? Not enough. Not enough to catch any of the information like this. My little sister stops in sometimes, but no, my older sister, her job is like an intense job. She doesn't have time to stop in, and she's not really a YouTube watcher, which to me I don't even understand, because like that's all I watch. Like, I would say Netflix makes up 10% of my viewing, and then like other internet makes up 10 or 15%, and then YouTube makes up the rest. Like, most of my viewing is YouTube, which is, I can't even imagine someone who's like, oh, I don't really watch YouTube very much. What do you mean? What do you watch then? What is your world? Both blue and gray will look great. Yeah, that's what I figured, is even if it fades, blue and gray will look great. Or gray and brown will look great, just like the blue looks great. I love the brown, though. I wish I had more of that, because isn't that the prettiest? Like, let me just scrunch it up so you can see all the colors together. Just like, look at how vibrant that brown is. You can kind of see how it's like a pale blue. It looks so gray on camera. Maybe it's because I've got blue on my outfit. But there's blue, okay? Netflix, YouTube. I'd say I do 50-50. Netflix. 50-50. Netflix, YouTube. Fair. Yeah, I don't watch that much Netflix right now because I haven't noticed a ton of Netflix things that I want to see. Alex and I started watching Nighthawk. Is that what his name is? Not Nighthawk. Hawkeye. We started watching Hawkeye, and I like Haley Steinfeld, so I'm enjoying her role in it. But like, it's a whatever. I feel like it's a Christmas special sort of short season of story, but it's fine. And the other thing that we're watching that we just finished the first season of was called Foundations. That was a lot, and I feel like they didn't do the best job at getting all the information out. Like, I feel like it could have been a lot better. That being said, they had so much information that they needed to pack into such a small amount of time that there was not really a good way to do it without having made that one season like 3 seasons. But they had to get a lot, like the generations happen in the one season, which is kind of. Oh no! You got something caught in your teeth, mister? Ugh, come here. You okay, mister? It's okay, buddy. You're all right. Jeez Louise. It's okay, buddy. I'll be right back, guys. You're all right. You're okay. Poor baby. Yes, he's okay now. I had to give him a pill. He had a seizure. That happens maybe once every 6 months, once every 8 months. He has a grand mal seizure, which that's why I took him off camera, because I didn't want you guys to see that, because it's really scary when it happens. But yes, Thunder just had a grand mal seizure. He is now okay. He's out of it, like he's out of the seizure, I mean. A grand mal seizure is like a 30-second to 1 minute full body seizure with tremors, and it's like he's running but he's unconscious but his eyes are open. Yeah, it's very scary when it happens. I'm a little freaked out, but I'm okay because I've had to deal with it before and now I know what to do. We've gone to the vet for it before and he has like pills to take after. He's not on a regular pill to take to prevent them because they only happen once every 8 months, 8 to 12 months. They're completely random. We haven't, sometimes it's the middle of the night, we wake up to him having a seizure. Sometimes, like the last time, which was not last summer, but I think the summer before that. Anyway, he has a pill that he can take now after the fact, but his seizures are so unscheduled, irregular, that his vet said he shouldn't need to take them every day because his little body doesn't need to have extra stuff in it when he's not regularly having them. Sorry, I had to leave for that, but I have to sit with him and tell him everything's okay while he's going through it, because it's probably really scary for him. And now he's going to be tired for the day and have sore muscles because it's really like, it's violent on his body. It looks really hard. And we've rushed him into the vet for it multiple times, thinking that he was dying. And each time, by the time we get to the vet, the seizure's over. Thunder's totally fine, and then the vet says you can give him this after pill. So he has an after pill that basically will help him relax and will make it so that his muscles don't hurt, because when he's in a seizure his whole body tenses up. So he's okay. You don't need to worry about him. He's taken care of. We have medicine for when this happens. This has happened before, so I know what to do. Alex knows what to do. And Thunder's okay. He's already back, like he can walk and he's doing okay again. The vet did say as he gets older, it might get more frequent, and once it gets to a point where it's regularly happening, then he'll be on a different pill that's supposed to prevent it. But right now he's not on a preventative pill because it's so random. He's on a reactive pill that's basically just like a bit of a downer so that he can relax for the rest of the day. But it doesn't happen at a specific time of day. It doesn't happen like right after he eats or right after or in the middle of it happens whenever. And it happens about, I would say, anywhere between every 8 months and a year. But it's happened, this is like probably the 6th time it's happened. And it's scary every time. My heart's beating really fast. But he is, he's okay. He's gonna be okay. He's all right. I am sorry that you guys have to know about that and see it, but he gets lorazepam too. But I mean, he gets something. He gets something. I don't know what it's called. It's a dog version. It's probably a human pill. Who knows? But he's okay, and it's not going to have a permanent effect on him. Apparently, the vet said. But yeah, once it starts happening, they said in less than 6 month increments. Once it's less than 6 months that he gets it regularly, then he'll go on a preventative pill that will help prevent them. But right now, it's not good for his kidneys for him to be on a pill if it's not necessary, because he's already older. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like they're waiting until it's unmanageable, essentially. Thank you. Yes, it can be scary. But I know what to do now. I know how to react, and yeah, I'm a little shaky, but I'm okay because he's okay. 6 hours. That's a long time. I'm sorry, Antoinette. Yeah, thunders are between 30 seconds and a minute, usually 30 seconds, and totally, it's the look of fear. When, yeah, because during the seizure, he's totally blind, he's totally not aware, he's not, like, I talk to him through it, obviously, and say, it's okay, and I calm him in how I can, but he can't hear or see anything, and it looks like he can, but he can't, and he can't remember anything after. So he comes to, and then he's all like wired, going like, why do I have all this adrenaline? Why am I shaky? And he like paces around the house, and that's where he'll be right now. And then the pill will kick in, and then he'll nap most of the rest of the day. So I'm not sorry that I had to take care of him. I'm sorry that you guys had to experience that, because it's scary, and I'm sorry that you have to now know that sometimes that happens to Thunder. Anyway, poor Thunder, he must be exhausted. Yeah. Yeah, he probably is exhausted. That's what the vet said. He was having a medical problem. You did the best thing for him. It is definitely a scary thing, but it's a scary thing that I manage because we've, like, 3 different times we rushed to an emergency vet. Twice it was the middle of the night, and once it was daytime. So twice it was a emergency vet price for them to say, there's nothing we can do, he's not having a seizure right now. And we were like, okay, but like he definitely did. And yeah, so it wasn't until the 4th time or the 3rd time that we went in, which was a daytime, that was when we got the medication. The first 2 times they were like, it's never happened before, and we were like, nope, and they were like, it might never happen again, could be completely random. So yeah, it's not frequent, it's not like seasonal, it's not on any cycle, it just happens when it happens, and when it happens, we deal with it. So that's what just happened. Everyone else asks me when I'm going to get another one. I'm just not ready yet. My heart has a lot of healing to do. One day I have always wanted a dog. They are my comfort. No need to be sorry for us. You have to take care of your fur baby. Thanks, Darlene. Laura, no apology necessary. Our fur babies are like our children. You do what you have to do when you have to do it. We all here love Thunder. Yes, I know you guys do. That's why I don't want to scare you with like what's going on with him, because it's not at least at this point, it's not something that we need to worry about. As he gets older, it will likely be something that becomes a problem for him. But at this point, it's not something that the vet thinks that he needs to have any daily medication for. It's a reactive medication at this point. The proactive medication comes when it's in intervals of less than 6 months. That's what they said. And they said, unless, if something scary is happening, like if he bites his tongue and he's bleeding and he needs a stitch, then you could bring him in for that. But like the seizure itself is not the reason to come in anymore. I'm gonna have to catch my bus. Have a great day, everyone. Okay, bye, Mayo. Have a good rest of your day. DK Thunder is 10 years old. But his first 3.5 years, he was, for like 2.5 of his first 3.5 years, he was in a shelter before he got pulled out and put into foster care, so high stress. Also, we know nothing about his past, so he could be like an inbred, you know what I mean? An inbred factory puppy milled dog, which means we don't know his history. We don't know if like his brain is too big for his skull. We don't know what's going on yet. But anyway, based on our vet's advice, we're doing what we should be doing, so. Poor baby, though. Seriously. I hate when it happens. And I note when it happens. Like, I write it down so that I know that we're not within 6 months of it happening, Poor baby. Anyway, I don't even know how to transition off of that. That's traumatic. Sorry you guys had to see and be there for it. Even in this kind of situation, you're thinking about the rest of the world, I think I would panic. Maybe I know that doesn't help. Well, I am also on anti-panic attack pills, and I have a lot of things to panic about. And I know this thing. This thing is not a new scary. If this was the first time it happened, I would be beside myself. The first time it happened, I was beside myself. I was freaking out, thinking that he was dying. But now when it happens, I know he's not dying. I know it will last 30 seconds, and then he will come back to have a little pill and then go to sleep, and he'll be okay. My niece's dog had the same issue, eventually went on permanent meds and lived a good long life. Well, that's my hope and plan. Eventually he'll be on permanent meds. At this point, he's not on permanent meds. And otherwise, he is in good health, other than this random thing. And we don't know what's causing it. And the vet said that it's Chihuahuas can get this. Didn't really give us a good reason, just Chihuahuas. I'm guessing it's because their head is like their little skull is too big for their brain. I don't know, I'm not a vet, but yeah, our vet said it's not uncommon in older Chihuahuas. And we were like, okay, good to know, because I like Chihuahuas. Remember the thumbies. Yes, don't forget to like the video, guys, because I'm explaining dog medical emergencies, and that is fun. Okay, let's, something cute I posted in Discord, a short of a Chihuahua getting inside of a beanie. It was like a kangaroo. Thunder's like that. I have a cowl for him when we go driving. I made a cowl, and it was meant for people, but he sits in it when we're... Ooh, pretty pearls. He sits in it when we are, driving. Where is this? Maybe in Pets and Animals? Oh, little baby.
You want your beanie? Yeah? Yeah? Go.
Oh, just wants to be cuddled. Oh, he looks like Thunder. So cute. Thank you for showing me that. Everyone have a wonderful day off to get ready for work. Got called in last minute. Sounds good. See you later. Okay, let's try and reset here because that got a little bit dramatic. And everything is okay, and we have nothing to worry about, so let's keep going. Unless you guys have any questions, any follow-up questions, I'm comfortable answering them for you. I don't want you to worry about Thunder. I don't want you to have to think about it and worry about it. So if you have questions that you want answered about what happened or what we're doing or what has happened or whatever, I'll answer them. But I think I've said most of what is important to say. Should I try glue posts onto the small ones that are kind of flat to make earrings? Should I try to glue posts onto the small ones that are kind of flat to make earrings? Let's see. Are there two that are similar in size? I see the one flat one, but I don't see another flat one of the same size. I mean, you could. Although I'm not gonna lie, my pearl earrings that had glued posts on them, they broke, and now I just have posts plus earrings. Post plus pearls, and they're saltwater pearls, and they're really pretty, and I can't wear the earrings anymore. So, I don't know. There are posts that have a small cup to easier hold the pearl. Oh, that's true. That would work better. Mine was like a drilled into the pearl and glued. Oh gosh. Laura, super glue. Yes, I just haven't done it yet. So they're just sitting in my jewelry box being stationary. I should do that before Christmas though. They were a Christmas present from my little sister. Yeah, there are two. I just don't know how to make jewelry. That sounds better, Frida. Yeah, I bet you on you could get some good jewelry pieces, like the in-between, not the jewelry, the in-between part, the metal bits. I bet you could get some good stuff on Etsy that's already done. Yes, you can drill a hole, but my, they are hard. You need diamond drills. Well, Mine, I didn't make them, so I have no idea. I just know that they're really pretty, and I haven't worn them in like 2 years because one of the posts fell out. The other post is still fine. I like earrings that are like this, though, that just won't come out. Like, I have 6 earrings on one side and 8 earrings on the other side, and I never take them out. I never bother with them at all. And I like them like that. Oh, gosh. Now I have, like, need to just, like, it's hard to change topics when something serious happens, you know what I mean? A good thing I learned in art school, you can use glue as long as you can't see it or if it's intentional. Right. If it's visible, it has to be intentional. If it's visible and it's not intentional, then you are garbage. By the way, good morning again. Hugs to Thunder. Hey Candace, good morning. And thank you for the Thunder hugs. I will be giving him lots of cuddles all day today. Right now he's with Alex because he needs to, after he has a seizure, he like paces around for like half an hour. And it's nice to watch him just in case he loses his balance or gets any dizziness after the fact. So Alex is going to watch him until his calm down kicks in. And then for the rest of the afternoon, I will be editing right here and he will be sitting in my lap because he is my baby and that is how I make him feel loved. Maybe he already knew something was up. He was like walking around and I was like, why are you being suspicious? Go lie down. And he was like, I think I'd rather wander. Maybe he knew or he felt a little weird. 1, 2, 3. How's he doing?
I think I want to.
Do you want to sit with me, baby? Yeah. You okay? Yeah. That side was on the ground, that's why. Probably just rubbed it into the ground. Come here, baby. It's okay. Come here. My baby. Gonna come sit with me? Yeah. You can come sit with me, okay? Yeah. Can you get me a mini weight? No, for him.
Oh,
Yeah, just one. My poor baby. We don't have the E6000 in Sweden, but it looks really good otherwise. 2 components, glue or just super glue. Also, hi, lovely Thunder. Yes, my poor baby. Hey, my poor baby. Yeah. You okay? Yeah. Thank you. There you go. That's the Thunder we know. There's a good boy. You know he's completely feeling better from a seizure when he'll eat.
hi.
There you go. How's your tongue? Your tongue okay? You okay now? Oh, right. There's another piece right there. Here's your ASMR for the day. That's all. That's all. Okay? Oh, baby. You okay? My poor baby boy. Okay. I'm gonna just back up my chair so you guys can watch Thunder while I crochet. And then I'm gonna put this little dude into my sweater. And there you go. Now you can lie down and everything's okay. There's no more snacks for you. No, that's tea. See? You can't have that. Anyway, hi, lovely Thunder. Yes. Good morning, all. Looks like I missed some Thunder excitement. Poor baby. Yes, there was a little bit of A little bit of an excitable moment this morning, but he's all right, as you can see. You all right? You okay? Can we kiss? Yeah, see, he's back. He can hear me and understand again. Sometimes when he comes out of it, he can't remember tricks for a minute. Have a high five? Have a high five? Good boy, so smart. We never met a guy so smart like you. Did you get something in your eye when you were on the floor? You'll be okay. Anyway, here's a nice change. We had a gotcha day on Monday. Welcome to the gang, Max! Short for Maximus. I'll post a pic in Discord in a sec. Oh my gosh, I'm excited, Candace. That's so exciting. Oh no, he's a baby. Look at Candace's new cat.
That's pretty.
Oh, Max. Oh, what a cutie. Oh my god, you are going to be full-handed with a little kitten. So exciting. Oh, that's so exciting. Thunder, do you wish you had a kitten? No.
We do have a kitten.
No, a kitten, not a cat. We have a cat. It's different. Imagine it.
Like a kitten.
I know, but imagine a baby kitten, because it would be smaller than Thunder. Both of our cats were bigger than him.
True.
Yeah? You want to check? You want to hold this? No? You just want to know if it's food? My baby. Did you get something in your eyeball? So small. Yeah, so cute. Okay. That is good news. Thank you. Okay. Ah. I have an advent calendar with tea, Louisa says. A different bag of tea every day. Yesterday was green tea and hibiscus. What's today? I hope it's good. I had a tea calendar once. It was horrible. Well, if you're specific about the tea that you like, then it's risky. But if you're a generic tea liker and drinker, then maybe it's wonderful. My little guy. I don't have anything else for you, mister. That was it. That was all we had. Anyway, now that everything's okay again, if you guys could hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up for Thunder being okay. That's a good reason. Thumbs up the video because you love Thunder and he is okay. You okay, Thunder? My baby. Let me just check if there's anything in that eye. Or is it just that you rubbed it up against the carpet when you were on the floor? I think you just rubbed it on the floor. You scratched it a little, huh? My sweet baby. I know this is a crochet live stream, but sometimes it has to be a Chihuahua live stream. Yeah, good boy. Come here. I had to reduce coffee, so it's a good way for me to have some fun with tea. Definitely, and to find out what kind of stuff that you like when it comes to tea. If you're not sure about all the things that you like, it's good to have a tea calendar to try and test out some different kinds. That's fun. I'm a coffee lover, like like a proud Colombian. Alex used to drink like 5 or 6 cups of coffee a day, and now he drinks 0. He drinks like 2 cups of tea a day. Maybe once every 2 weeks he'll have a cup of coffee, like when we're out and about driving around or something. But like, he used to be a coffee connoisseur, collector. Well, he wasn't a collector because he drank it as fast as he had it. Sometimes it's not a crochet live stream. Yes, but today it's supposed to be. Look at me, I'm crocheting. I'm wearing a crocheted sweater. Therefore, it's a crochet live stream. Anyway. Aww. He seems okay now. Anyway, how's everybody else doing today? Me and Thunder are doing great. Poor baby. Yeah, you just hide your face, baby. It's okay. I'll take care of you, mister. Gosh. Anyway, Alex is my person to follow. Good example. Yeah, he's definitely a good example. Quick, cold turkey. Have one once in a while. It's just really acidic. It's not great for your stomach. It's not great for, like, your energy levels. It makes your energy levels go up and then crash and then go up and then crash, you know? Louisa, I'm a coffee lover like a proud Swede. We drink a lot of coffee. For Fika, you need to have lots of coffee for your Fika times. If you do Fika every day, that's coffee or tea, right? And a sweet thing, so. Does Fika require more than one person, or can you Fika alone? I feel like Fika is something you're supposed to do with people, but if you didn't have a people to do a Fika with, would you do a Fika by yourself? Is it doing a Fika, or is it doing Fika? At least I remembered the word. You're welcome. Fika. Snack time. Tea time. Afternoon tea time. I think this blanket could end up a pretty good size with the amount of yarn I've got. I think it should be a pretty good size. We need a lot of coffee for Fika. You can Fika alone, but it's kind of better with a friend having a Fika. Okay, so you can Fika alone. So it's like an intentional coffee break, intentionally done every day by Swedish people. Greater to have with friends. How far away do your parents live from you, Frida? Because you see them fairly regularly, right? And do they come for Fika? Are they in the same town as you? Like this, because you said your town is very small, so are they in the same town, or do they have to come from a slightly farther away town? It's at least 2 times a day, morning and afternoon. You could throw one in the evening too. Whoa! Triple Fika! I didn't realize. Okay, so it's basically like the equivalent of taking your 15-minute break at work, except for it's enforced into everyone's everyday. Oh, you're not going into work? Fika still required. Do you want to lie down on the ground in your bed? My baby, come here. Let's see how you do. If you don't want to, you can come sit with me again. But if you want to, then you can come sit over here. Good boy. Was he crying for me?
Yeah.
Makes me feel good when he wants me the most, even though I want him to love you too. Come here. Good boy. Come on, lie down. There you go. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. Lie down. There you go. You okay? A lot of cozy, a lot of comfy. Just fine, huh? Just fine. Stay. 40 minutes away. That's far. They stay a lot in the summer house that's just 15 minutes away. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, a family brand. What do you mean? I have coffee bags from my family's brands, and I'm not ready to let them go. I think that's fair. Hey there, Tatiana. Welcome to the stream. Lovely to see you this morning. We had a little bit of an eventful morning, haven't we? By the way, everybody, is the volume okay when the mic is over there? No, Thunder, stay there. Stay there, buddy. Or not. Or would you prefer when the mic is a little bit closer to me? Gonna sit on the couch. Jabid's World. Hello, good morning. Getting the boy all comfy. Yeah, Alex is sitting in here starting his day. So Thunder will sit with him on his lap. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I think he scratched his eye because his eyes are always wide open when he's having a seizure, but I put him down on his side. Like, you don't hold them when they're having a seizure. So I put him down on his side and he was on carpet, and I think that he rubbed his open eye on carpet, so one of his eyes is like sore right now. My poor baby. But he's okay. He's okay. Most of my family on my mother's side and some of my father's side live in Gothenburg. That's interesting. It's nice that they're all in one place, though, right? Mary Grace, poor baby. Hi, Mary Grace. Yes, he is a poor baby, but don't worry, he's going to get all of the snuggles and love today. I'm from Bangladesh. Welcome from Bangladesh. Welcome, welcome. I'm in Southern Ontario. Thank you for subscribing. By the way, if you're watching and you haven't liked the video yet, don't forget to like the video because it helps the channel and you're already here, and I had to go through a stressful moment this morning and I think that's worth a like. Nice to meet you all. Nice to meet you as well. Okay, so what else have we got going on? Alex and I are still looking for a place to live, which is nothing's changing right now. We haven't found a place yet. But we're going to try. We're going to keep trying, find more places to check out. And hopefully we don't have to move too far. Like, I don't want to move to London, Ontario, or Kitchener if I can help it. I think as far, I know you guys don't know these cities, but they're all about, like, London is probably like, what, 2 hours, 3 hours from here?
Oh, London?
Yeah.
It's an hour-ish away.
Only an hour?
Maybe an hour and a half.
Okay, well, London is not that far. London, Ontario, not London, England, obviously. London, Ontario is about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. I don't really want to move that far, but they have better rent prices. Thanks for reading my comments. No problem. I try to read most of them. If there are comments or questions, I try to read most of them, so ask away. In my perfect world, we would live in the towns of Oakville, Burlington, Mississauga, Toronto, Hamilton, Stony Creek, or Grimsby, which is basically along the Lake Ontario. I just want to be along Lake Ontario, close to the lake, if possible, and in a place that is not a complete dump, if possible. Cool. Making things with paper, huh? Interesting. Oh, golly. So, yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna try and figure that out, getting that done. I guess I don't have to show Thunder's bed anymore because he's sitting with Alex. And that means that I can move my chair back to center, which is how I like to have it. Also, sorry about just the lack of organization in my space. I haven't tidied my desk in a while. At one point in my life, I lived in North York and the beaches. Oh, that's cool. Alex and I are looking at a place in the beaches, which is cool. It's not a dump, the place that we're looking at, but it's not the nicest place because the beaches has such beautiful homes and beautiful condos on it. Like Alex and I, when we lived in Toronto, we were like, let's go to the beaches next. But now whenever we're looking, nothing nice is available. But the beaches is a nice place. It's far enough away from the downtown Toronto that you feel like you're in a different place. Plus it's called The Beaches, which makes you feel fancy. North York, I'm down to live in North York, which is north of Toronto, for those of you who aren't in Canada. And it's just like another city, basically. Are there actually a beach? Well, yes, but like, Lake Ontario is not like a beach that you would like sit by in the sun, you know? Not actually fun, it's kind of boring. I think she is feeling tired. Me? No, I'm not tired, I'm just anxious so I can't get a full breath. So I yawn a lot because it doesn't matter, but basically I have anxiety, and right now for some reason I can't catch a full breath, so I yawn a lot. But no, I'm not tired this morning. Light bearer, father above. There is no reason for what triggers it. I knew as soon as it started. Sending love to you. We do use dog CBD oil if our Clifford shows signs like drooling. Oh, dog CBD oil, huh? Well, what Thunder has is not that. It's a separate thing, but I wonder if CBD oil, maybe I'll ask when we go to the vet next. But also, thank you for that. There's no reason for what triggers it. It doesn't seem like there's a reason, because it's not like it happens at the same time of day or when he eats or anything. Like, there's no pattern. I feel very cold in the morning, but I feel hot in the night for some strange reason. Yeah, it's because in the night, when you are going to bed, your body is still warm from the day. It cools down overnight because you're sleeping and you don't need the heat, and then when you wake up in the morning, your body is actually at a cooler temperature. Take a deep breath, no need to worry, everything is okay. Everything will be okay. The Beaches was extremely small. I'm 5 feet tall and had to bend down in the shower. Yeah, stop and take deep breaths, yes. It's just, I can't get it all the way full without yawning. It's like I get a full breath, without yawning. Good morning, Laura. Hey there, V. I'll be watching while going through my fabric stash today, and oh my wow, I'm embarrassed. You shouldn't be embarrassed, because a fabric stash is basically like a treasure trove. What you need is to find a fabric friend that lives close to you so you guys can do fabric swaps, because fabric swaps are fun. My sister and I do yarn swaps. I have a breathe with your stomach. Yeah, but it won't fill. Without turning into a yawn. Jeez Louise. Anyway, the Beaches was small. If you work at a fabric store, it's inevitable. Lol, I feel you. Yeah, or if you would just have an obsession with thinking that you're gonna make all the projects, so you buy fabric and then you have a lot of it, that's where my fabric is located. But we looked in the Beaches, and there were a couple of places. North York had a couple of places also. Anyway, it's neither here nor there, because some of you don't live anywhere near this, so you don't know what these cities and towns are. But basically, Alex and I are looking within like a 2-hour radius of where we're at, so that we can stay at least a little close to family. So, what is everybody else up to today? Anybody making anything cool? Anybody else have any dramatic things happen over the last day or so? Because I saw you yesterday, but things can happen, obviously. What else has happened with us? What else are we doing? What else can I tell you about? I don't know. I feel like I don't have a ton of news because we were there. Oh, bye! Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for coming. I don't think I could swap any of my fabric. It's mostly vintage or sentimental. Yep, now it's a collection, Frida. Now you just have it. And then you'll be like, is it worth using? I don't know if I should cut into it. It's vintage. I used a big piece of vintage cotton that was like 2 meters by 2 meters pretty much, and I made a quilt backing for it. I used a quilt that I made, the quilt I made my sister. I used the vintage fabric for the backing of that quilt. I went to El Salvador because I am on a holidays until December 16th, and love, love, love. That's awesome. Well, congrats and happy holidays until December 16th. That's a nice little trip. I am planning to make goddess dolls in crochet. What goddesses dolls? What do you mean? Tell me. Do you do any outdoor stretching exercises or breath work? It can really help expand the depth of your breath, especially sitting forward for extended times. Okay, let's try and sit forward. Sit forward better. No, I haven't done outside breathing stuff, but I do breathing and yoga stuff when I can. I'm knitting myself a tunic style dress. Cool. I always crochet and knit for others, but I'm treating myself for once. And so you should. You might as well be able to wear something and be like, oh yeah, I made it. Other people are like, yeah, my family member, friend, whoever you give things to, made this for me. It's so much cooler to be like it? Yeah, I made it. Also making an Advent crochet Christmas calendar. That's cool. Do you guys believe that it's December today? It's December today. I know it was December yesterday also, but it's also December today. I guess I have to be really diligent about being here every day because it's like Vlogmas, you know? My neighbor plowed our driveway twice, lovely, and Ola shoveled over the path and it barely shows. I'd say 40 centimeters of snow. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. 40 centimeters of snow. All of our snow melted. There is no snow here now. 40 centimeters, that's crazy. I just finished my first toddler poncho for a cousin's first granddaughter. Matching fingerless gloves for the mommy. That's so cute. That'll be perfect in pictures. Little baby, little mommy hand warmers to go with them. Face the sun and do some expansion work. Outside, though, helps a ton. You got it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Because I'm over yawning all day. People always think I'm tired, and I'm not tired. I just can't breathe. It's not the same. Or my tiredness is caused by one of the things I'm on. Little is playing fetch with a hair tie with me, and it's V cute. Little human or little animal? Either way, LOL. Dolls pics in Discord also whip something else I finished yesterday. Let me have a look in the Discord. If you'd like to join the Discord, by the way, join the Patreon. Words are hard. The Patreon allows you access to the Discord and all of my crocheted bullet journal patterns. But that's neat. I don't understand how you made it. Is that like... That's very intricate. Like, I don't understand how it all connects. Cool. They look like little Christmas light bulbs. Goddesses. I found it in Facebook. Interesting. I like it. Cute dolls. It's about -5 during the day and way colder at night, so the snow is staying. Well, sorry, Frida. It's like... It is... Let me check the temperature. No, it's not 8 degrees. It says it's 10 degrees. That's false. I don't believe that. And what is a... I started a sweater for me. Should be making Christmas PJs for the kids. Deanne, you deserve a sweater for you. And also, hold on. A Christmas crochet... Hold on. Louisa, a Advent crochet Christmas calendar. What does that mean? Like, what are you crocheting a thing that has little pockets for you to put candies in or whatever you put into your Advent calendar? Or is the Advent calendar filled with crocheted things that you win when it's that day? My mom has a Advent calendar that is, it's like quilted. My grandma made it, and it's a Santa Claus, and his coat is like a triangle, like wide like a Christmas tree, and all the numbers are pockets on his coat, and there's like a little Christmas tree piece, and then it's attached to a string, and you put it in the day that it is on the Santa. It's very cute. Every day I crochet something new. Oh, cool. Every day. So what have you done? What did you do yesterday, and what did you do today? I'm supposed to stain a bench I built for the entry, but I'm going to finish spinning some Finn sheep wool for a sweater for Hubs instead, because I'm not feeling the homestead today. Fair. I think that's fair. I don't think every day you need to feel the homestead. Unless you have animals to feed, then you like go feed your animals, obviously. Hey Linda, and thank you so much. This sweater is a scrap sweater, just made of all of my acrylic scraps from the year of 2019, I believe. I collected all my scraps and I made them into a really cozy sweater. I like it too. I find I wear it a lot because it's very, like, I don't know, cozy. The website releases a pattern every day. Oh, cool. That's cool, Louisa. Is it like something you signed up for then? That's neat. Okay, anybody else working on anything cool? Anybody else working on, also Louisa, I'm waiting to hear what the first two patterns were. Yesterday was a mushroom and today a candy. Oh, that's cool. A little mushroom amigurumi. Cute. I like that idea. Golly. So today I think I'm going to work on the arm warmers. I was working on the bonnet hat, this one. I was working on editing this bonnet hat video for next week, but I don't know if I should do, because I have a bunch of videos filmed right now, right? And I have time to edit whichever one I want. So I have like the baby Christmas tree hat. I have the long arm warmers, and I have the bonnet. Those are the three filmed videos that I have ready to edit, and I don't know which one I want to put out next week. Hey there, Lebo, good morning. Chickens and rabbits are done, and I have soup on the wood stove, so I'm having a chill day. Okay, so you still did all of your responsibilities. By the way, housewife in the woods, how many chickens do you have? And if they are named, I would please like to know every one of their names, because all of my chickens have names. They live with my parents now. But they have names, and I love when people name their chickens, and I like knowing what the names are. 756. That's a lot of books. That's a lot of books. Jeez Louise. Wow, I'm crocheting one. Awesome, one of a kind. I'm working on any I can work on, but I wear myself out. I'm tired right now. Crocheting is addicting, isn't it though? I know, you get started and then you're like, oh, I need to make everything. I need to make every sweater. I have quite a few sweaters now, which is why I said to my sisters, if you want one of my sweaters for Christmas, you can have one, because I have enough that I am willing to part with a few of them now. I'm not willing to get rid of any of them. I'm ready to part with them. There's a difference. I would not donate or throw out any of these sweaters. Just, like, I wear all of them. They're all in rotation. It's just, I'm also happy to have my sisters. Soup on the wood stove sounds divine. Doesn't it, though? It sounds like a forest fairy in her little thatched roof cottage on the edge of the wood, making a rabbit stew. I think it should be a rabbit stew, don't you think? When it's like a forest fairy on the edge of the woods. Let us live vicariously through your chickens. Yes, please. Posted a whip in Discord. Let me see, Melanie. Where did you put it? Our whips. You put it where it goes, of course. Incredible. I attempted to learn how to make amigurumi magic circle to start yesterday, but I can't figure it out. So flat and uniform. I bought this yarn ages ago and always thought it looked like a koi fish, so I'm needle felting a koi. Well, that's cool. I don't understand how needle felting is. It looks really cool though, and that totally looks like a koi. I mean, almost. It looks like a koi. It looks like it's gonna be a koi, for sure. Oh, yesterday I finished a gift for friends. They're also pregnant. Look at how cute! Little baby with a little hat. See, that's not creepy. Dolls with open eyes, creepy. Dolls with closed eyes, less creepy. You're the first person I've seen crocheting left-handed. Cool. I mean, my screen is flipped, but I am a left-handed person. I don't know if I'm actually crocheting left-handed or if I am crocheting right-handed and the screen is flipped, but I am a left-handed person. Have a blessed day, everyone. You too, Linda. Have a good rest of your day. I hope that your day goes well, and if you'd like, you can come back tomorrow, because we will be here 9 a.m. sharp. Texas, and the weather is hot and cold. It's crazy till we meet again. Sounds good. Bye! Lebo, I'm a left-handed crocheter. It was so hard to learn in the beginning because most tutorials are for right-handed people. Well, are my tutorials for right-handed people? I don't know. I'm still waiting on the chickens' names. If you could give me your chickens' names, please, I would appreciate it. It's Sharon, right? I feel like that's the name that's remembering, that my brain is remembering. Housewife in the Woods. You're Sharon? Question mark? Sorry if I'm wrong. Names are hard to remember. We have 23 hens and 1 roux. The roux is Kurt. He's awesome and amazing with his ladies. Like our baby. Baby was so good to his ladies. Some of the hens are named and some aren't. We have Princess, Runty, Mrs. Butterworth, Lucille, Pearl, etc. Oh, Pearl is the name of what turned out to be a rooster, but it was supposed to be a girl Silky. She turned out to be a boy Silky, and so his name is now still Pearl. Do you want to hear all of my chickens' names and my mom's? My mom has 3 I am Samanis. And Kyla, good morning. My mom has 3 I am Samanis. She has Ducky and Feiruz and, oh no, she has 4 I am Samanis. Because she has 2. No, she has 3 I am Samanis. She has Ducky, Mick, and Drogon. Those are her 3. And then Ducky is what she named. Ducky, Mick, and Drogon. Feiruz is what she named Diane's baby. So she has Feiruz, and my chickens are Poppy, Diane, who is alive, Parsley, and Freckles, and Edelweiss, and Hawkeye, and no, Hawkeye got murdered by a fox. Who else have we got? Pingu, and Sweet Pea, and Winona. Oh, thank you, Kyla. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. You guys, I really appreciate when you do those super chats. Don't feel obligated to at all, but thank you very much for doing so, because it definitely adds to the general income of the channel. So thank you. I appreciate that. Kyla, that was very sweet of you. Louise, I will post pictures of the candy and the mushroom. Last year I made a Christmas Village advent calendar. Sometimes ago I share the picture. That's cool. Some tea for you to go out. Thank you. Thank you. And I will go out for a tea. Diane for life. Literally, Slinky, if Diane doesn't survive until I get another farm, I will be very sad, and the first thing I will do is to get another black Australorp, and I think I will name her Diane the Second, because Diane is the best chicken of all of them. She was the flock leader. Her and Clover and Poppy were our flock leading ladies, and then Baby was our rooster, and he would take care of the girls so well until the fox came, and then Baby flew into a tree and waited out the massacre. I followed your sweater tutorial after I felt like I could follow a tutorial to completion. Lebo, that makes me feel good. And also, when you followed that tutorial, did you find it to be useful for you? Also, Slinky, I really like Diane for life. Like, actually, like, every time I go to my parents' house, I like go and sit with the chickens, and I'm like, Diane is my baby. She's my favorite chicken. She's a black Australorp. She's the biggest, fattest, most beautiful chicken. To be honest, though, Winona, who is Diane's daughter, Diane and Baby mated, had an egg. We hatched the egg, and the baby, we named her Winona because she was all black, but she had these creepy yellow eyes. Diane has brown eyes, so she looks like friendly and polite as a chicken, whereas Winona, it always looks like she's got like crazy eyes. So we thought she looked goth, so we called her Winona. Anyway, Winona is bigger than Diane now, and Diane is a black Australorp. She's a big chicken, like a big fat chicken, not a chicken for, like she's a big bird, like I don't know, 10 pounds maybe more. I don't know if she's just fluff though, to be honest, but she's a big bird, and Winona is even bigger. Let me see. I have 13 chickens, 2 Americanas. Americanas are colorful egg layers, right? And when you have Americanas, what do they look like? What are your Americanas? Goldilocks and Mistress Mary, love that. 2 silver-laced Wyandottes, so beautiful. Rosie and Daisy, beautiful. 2 buff Orpingtons. Deanne, sorry. I'm thinking of my chicken now. Deanne, a buff Orpington is... It's the number 1 on my list of chickens. Like, I want a buff Orpington. When I am having chickens in my life again, there will be a black Australorp, and it will be Diane because they live for 10 years. And as far as I know, Diane is only like 2 or 3, so we should be getting her back at some point. Diane, and I want a buff Orpington. So pretty. What are their names? Buffy and Sweetie Pie. 2 Barred Rocks. Barred Rock. What's a Barred Rock? Oh, that's like MJ was a Barred Rock. Rocky and Dolly. Very good. We had MJ because Alex said that she looked trippy because, you know, a Barred Rock has these weird sort of stripy, zigzaggy designs. Silver-laced Wyandottes are lovely, but mean. I've found... We have 1 silver-laced Wyandotte, and her name is Sunflower because her feathers look like sunflower seeds. Hey there, Aditi. Good morning. I'm all right today. 3 Bielefelders, Poppy, Lily, and Lady Godiva, and 1 white-faced black Spanish. What's a white-faced black Spanish? Let's have a look at that on Pinterest. White-faced black. That's the first search. Oh, weird. Aw, they're kind of cute. The boys are hideous because they have all their gobblers, like their earlobes are white. I'll show you the boy. The boys are hideous, but the girls are cute. Where do you get a white-faced black Spanish? I've literally never heard of that, and never heard of it, like, are they a big bird? What a strange-looking bird. Interesting. The next animals I want are Finn sheep. Well, I'm pretty sure I'll be pretty confident and content for a long time with chickens. Once we are able to get chickens again, it's going to be a little while, I know that. And part of me is very sad about that, obviously. But eventually we will. Lebo, the tutorial was great. It was just the sizing that gave me an issue. Had to frog the whole front panel. Was making the horizon looking sweater that you made for Alex for my partner. Oh, well, I'm glad you were able to make it. I'm sorry you had to frog the whole front panel. That's annoying and stressful. The Bielefelders, I feel like those ones look like a wild chicken to me. Like, just like a wild bird. Bielefelder. Yeah, they're just like chicken. I know they're like a breed, but like when I see them, I'm like chicken. They don't give me like, they're beautiful, but they don't give me like any kind of fancy vibe for a chicken. They're pretty, but you know what I mean. But when I get chickens again in the future, I will have a buff Orpington, a black Australorp, a chocolate Orpington. I don't think I need any Iam Samanis. They're cute, but I don't care about it. I will have a Barred Rock. I will have a silver-laced Wyandotte. Oh, I will have a blue red-laced Wyandotte. Have you seen any of those? I mean, like, I know if you're not a chicken person or if you're not somebody who likes I guess if you're not a chicken person, you wouldn't necessarily. Let me just show you the picture of these things because they are stunning. They're like, it doesn't even look like it should be a real thing. Blue, red, laced Wyandotte. They're just the prettiest thing. Just have to find the right one. Blue laced red Wyandotte. Look at that. Look at those weird feathers. So pretty. How about a red laced blue Wyandotte? The lace is the outside part. No, there is no red laced blue Wyandotte, but there is blue laced red Wyandottes. Oh, they're so cute. With their little outlined feathers, they're just so cute. Oh, here's a really nice one. This is a gray or a silver laced red Wyandotte. Look at that. I know you can't really see the color, but it's pretty. Oh, thank you. Oh, jeez. Excuse me. Back on Patreon. Awesome. Welcome back, Kyla. Welcome back. I have to update the December patrons, the little thumbnail that I have. I wanted the red Wyandottes, but they were out when I got the silvers. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to do what I did last time to make my flock. I'm going to collect them from all over the place. When we created our flock of 20 birds, 21 birds, and then it got up to 49 birds, but that's not it. That's because we had babies and they weren't really, it wasn't real. Most of them got rehomed or eaten. We have a couple of them in the freezer still. The boys, that is. We kept all the girls, but there are 20 chickens at my parents' house now. So when we created our flock, we started with 2. We got Diane and Clover, a chocolate Orpington and a black Australorp. Beautiful, 2 big, fat, beautiful birds. And Diane laid an egg on the first day that we had her, and I was like so excited about it. And then we just started looking around for individual chickens, like when people were getting rid of birds. So we got Poppy next. She was supposed to be like an old hen. She lays an egg a day still. My mom gets 1 egg a day from her every day, and she's like a factory farmed red sex-link chicken, which is like the kind that you get brown eggs from at the store. The Spanish is a game bird. Okay, cool. The game birds are like the skinny ones, right? Like the, oh shoot, what's that other cute little skinny one? Sea bright, like a sea bright. You wouldn't, that's not for eggs, right? I cannot find the post by Scrappy. Did she ever post anything? About what? Oh, yes. Did she ever post anything? I think she posted it in... oh, I don't see it. She might have posted it in another thing. Sorry, I'm not seeing it. Oh, that's a cute little mushroom. Oh, and a cute little candy. Well, that's cute. Or do I need to join another flock? No, that should be where you're at. That's the Discord is, it should be in the Discord if she did post it. I didn't check if she posted it though. So I'll have a look after, and if I see it, I will at you so that you get a notification about it. I'm uploading new jewelry on my website. I'm listening, but a bit distant. Okay, sounds good, Frida. Anyway, I think I'd like a Sea Bright just for fun if I got one, because they're for no reason. Like they're not for egg laying. They're just like a cute, silly little bird. But mostly the birds that I like the best are the big, fat, round chickens. So, like Australorp, Orpington. I want a buff Orpington and a chocolate Orpington. I would like a big, fat, white chicken. I don't know what breed. Does Orpington come in white? Does Australorp come in white? I want a big, fat, white chicken. and I want a silver laced Wyandotte. This is assuming that either my mom doesn't want to give me my chickens back or they've passed away by the time I'm making a new flock. So if they are alive and well when I'm making my flock, then I will take back my chickens. And if they are not alive and well when I'm making my flock, then I will find new chickens. But it was a lot of fun being a chicken lady for 2 years. It's gonna be hard not having chickens for like probably 2 years. I probably won't have chickens at all for, I know I won't have chickens for a year, but probably more than that, because I doubt that we'll be able to get another property that's a farm like the way we had anytime soon. I had hope that we would, but it's just not in our budget to do that anymore. The prices of full houses have gone up so much. Hey there, little brat, good morning. Nice to see you. Anyway, it doesn't seem that anybody else is interested in talking about chickens, so what topic do you guys want to talk about? We talk about sewing, we could talk about natural dye, we could talk about crochet, we could talk about knitting, but I'm not very helpful when we talk about knitting, because I'm not an expert knitter just yet. But I'm open to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, but I can talk about chickens all day. Cause I love them. I love them. Morning, Scrappy. Nice to see you this morning. Oh, actually, that's a good thing. Good timing. Did you post the Kyla's speech on Discord? Did you post it? And if you did, do you think you could either repost it or at Kyla on it so that she can find it, because she can't find it on there? I literally want to talk about natural dye all day. Slinky, let's talk about natural dye. I love talking about natural dye because I love the fun of it, the experimentation of it, the randomness. Like, obviously there's people who like do natural dye trying to like really be accurate to some time frame, like 1800s things, or they're trying to be really accurate to color match with how much iron they use or how much alum they use. I love the experimentation of it. I love thinking it's probably going to be like yellow when it goes out, right? And then seeing what actually comes out is so exciting. Like, black walnuts is the most exciting color to see on your yarn, and yellow onion skins it's such a beautiful color. It's just like, I love it. I love it. And when we have another place to live, I am going to do a lot of collections. I have come to accept that I'm never going to color match. I have tried color matching maybe 3 different times. It's just not worth it. Just make a bunch of different colors and make your sweater a stripy one. That's what you're gonna get. A cool idea for a variety of hues though, Slinky, or a variety of intensities anyway, is to mordant all your wool or whatever you're dyeing, and then put one skein into the dye bath for an hour or whatever on the heat, take it out, and then put another skein into that dye bath, which is now got less dye in it, and just keep doing that with individual skeins of yarn until you have like a really cool gradient from like a pale yellow, for example, to a dark gold. That's fun. Is Kyla on Discord? Yes. And if so, is it under her name? Kyla, you're on Discord, but what's your name on Discord? I bought my first crochet pattern last night. That's exciting, Mary Grace. I've wanted it for about a year, so I decided I really want it. So what is the crochet pattern for? Slinky, it is a good idea, and it's cool. And also you can change things without changing the dye pot. You can just dip your finished dyed skein in iron water or wood ash solution or a little lemon juice, or you know what I mean? There's all these fun things you can do to modify the colors. Gosh, when I get into our new place, I'm gonna need to do some natural dyeing. I've been like stuck. I can see! Yay, that's awesome, Scrappy. How do they look? If you want to post a picture, you're welcome to. If you don't, that's okay too. But I'm gonna need to do some natural dyeing, and what I'm thinking I'll do to get used to our new home wherever we go, our new neighborhood, wherever that is I'm gonna just go forage around the neighborhood for things that I can use for dye. I'll find the nearest oak tree, get some acorns maybe, or maybe I will find, I don't know, I'm sure I'll find some natural dye things that I can use anywhere, because most places, like if you can find a stick on the ground, you can make natural dye. I also get confused with the mordanting and making sure your wool is saturated. Like if I'm letting it get saturated in the mordant overnight and then I wash it out, or just throw it in the dye pot. Okay, so you don't need it to saturate with the mordant overnight. That will roughen your fabric. You don't need it to mordant that long. You're better off doing a 1 hour low heat for your mordant. That will get all the mordant that you need onto your yarn, and then wash it out and then put it in your dye pot, because you don't want the mordant, the little particles of, let's say you're using alum, they'll bind to the pigment that's in the water, which means that it won't bind to your yarn. If it's like loose, not all stuck to your yarn, like if you don't wash it out, then alum is getting mixed into your dye pot, which is fixing dye to the mordant, which means it won't fix onto your yarn anymore. So you need to rinse out all of the extra mordant in your yarn or fabric and then add it to the dye pot, dry or wet, it doesn't matter. Like if you mordanted it the night before, then you could leave it out and have it be mostly dry by the next day and then put it in your dye pot. It's still going to be okay. You just need to make sure that it's gotten into all the fibers, but you do need to wash it out so that there's not any extra bits of your mordant. Scrappy, I love when I get new glasses. It's like, I can see the tiny branches at the top of trees. I love them, but guess what I got? Guess what? I got to take them back. I noticed something on the right lens. It feels like a nick in it. That's annoying. I almost cried. I didn't realize how bad my vision was with my old glasses. That's the worst. Alex does that every time he gets new glasses. He's like, oh wow, I can see. Didn't realize you were driving impaired, like with your blurry glasses. Oh my god, I literally could not process that in my mind. Thank you. You're welcome. I hope that makes sense. Because yeah, the mordant grips onto your fiber, and then the dye chemically bonds to the mordant. So you want only mordant on your fiber. You don't want any extra mordant on your, any extra mordant to be there. The Barefoot Dyer is a great natural dyer. Yes, she is. She's awesome. She does all kinds of cool experiments, and she does like little experiments, which is fun. Like the way she shows is like with tiny pieces of cloth, which is like fun. I don't know. It's like, she can show, she's really good at explaining the mordanting process. Unfortunately, a lot of her stuff is behind a paywall. She does do a lot of videos, but a lot of them reference her course, so I don't really know how to mordant with soy milk. I've heard her say that you can, but I haven't tried it before. Yeah, she definitely makes really cool content and really beautiful colors. And made me aware that you can dye with the stems of Coreopsis too. Oh, okay, I've been going to one for years, almost 25 years. She's friends with the natural dyer I just found that lives here in my city. Oh, that's cool. I remember the first time I got glasses and it was so weird. I honestly needed glasses for about 3 years before I actually got them, so my eyes actually hurt when I got my first pair. I mean, that makes sense. Your eyes are like adjusting to being able to see, and also now they have to focus differently because there's a lens in the way. She does some really cool natural dye stuff, the Barefoot Dyer, I mean. The last video I saw of hers was she used Coreopsis stems, which is a dye flower, but I didn't realize the stems would make such a beautiful gold. So that had me excited looking at the dead winter things, thinking like, what colors are hiding in there? I know that plum bark, like the bark from a plum tree in the spring, will make a beautiful purple. I mean, it's not going to be a purple like royal purple, but it's a purple like a brownish purple, like I don't even know what color is that color in real life. A brown purple. But it's purple. Like, it's brown, but it's purple. Alex is meeting. Laura, are rosemary flowers poisonous? No. No. I've definitely cooked rosemary with my food with flowers on the plant still, so no. It's a food plant. Rosemary flowers. I mean, double check somewhere. But no. The news advertises new drops for eyes that repair the eyes and you don't need eyeglasses. It was on the news last night. That's interesting. Probably many years away from development, no? Why, hello there. How you doing? I'm hoping I get a good result from my applewood bark, but I'm saving it till I am better at not screwing up my dye. Just don't let it boil, and then you'll be good to go. But use the inner bark, not the outer hard bark. You want to use the inner, like when you peel off the outer bark, there's like that other layer before the core of the stem that's like, you can peel it, and that part of the bark are where the color will be. I mean, you'll get brown from the outer bark, but you'll get more color from the inner bark. Same with birch bark. You'll get like a really nice pink if you use the inner bark. Let me have a look what we're looking at here. What I'm spinning today. Fin sheep for hub's sweater in front of the wood stove. US dime for thickness reference. Oh, cool. Thank you for that thickness reference. Oh, what a beautiful scene. The sun's coming in, you got the warmth of the fire. If you put a kettle on top of that wood stove, will it heat up to make you tea? Nope, they have the name of the drops. They are not permanent, and they are for those who are nearsighted. They will be out soon on the market. That's exciting. That's very interesting. The gal is the local natural dyer. I'm hoping to convince her to do classes. Oh, cool. Natural dye is so much fun. I feel like everyone should get into it, and they should make their kids do it because it's so fun. You could have your kids dye their clothes. It's easy. It's like mostly non-toxic as long as you like do things that aren't toxic. There's something else called bog rosemary, and those flowers are poisonous. Good to know. I don't know things. Thunder! Come here. What are you doing? Where do you think you're going, mister? Hi. Hello. Where are you gonna go? Huh? Yeah? Wanna come sit here? Natural dye is legit magic. Was that the call?
Yeah, he's gonna call it one instant.
Oh, okay. I am nearsighted and farsighted in both eyes, so I have to wear the non-line bifocals. That sucks. Revienne, sign me up, right? So what things have you guys used for natural dye so far? What things have you tried out? What things have you found were fails or successes? You guys already know my favorite things to dye with are yellow onion skin. Are you gonna go sit with him now? Fine. Do you, oops, I got my crochet hook stuck. Whoa. Go ahead. Go on. Oh, go ahead.
Come on.
My younger brother and I actually got into an hour-long conversation about natural fabrics and dyes, and I was telling him about different types of mordants. That's awesome. Scottish gorse. What is gorse? Let me check what that is. Scottish? Oh, gorse. Gorse. Ooh, pretty. Do you get a yellow dye from that because it's a yellow flower? For yellow, I really like dried onion skins. I love goldenrod. Goldenrod is lovely. It makes a beautiful color. And it is like, it's pretty magical watching goldenrod, because the best time to use goldenrod is just before the flowers open. So you'd think like bright yellow flowers, wait till they're all bright yellow, but the best time to get all of the color in the goldenrod is just before the flowers open. Gorse is the devil. It's spiky as hell, but very pretty to look at. Well, I haven't seen it around here. Does it not grow around here? Questions. I returned. Welcome back, Sid. Also, hello everyone in the chat. Please give the video a like on the way in. Yes, totally. Please give a video a like on the way in. We are talking natural dye right now. Hold on. It gives a lovely yellow. Makes sense. Yellow flowers. Most yellow flowers are a pretty safe place to assume that you're going to get yellow dye. One exception that I found is dandelion. Dandelion flowers don't give much color for how yellow they look. Perhaps you have to do it when the flower isn't opened yet, the way that you have to do for goldenrod. But I found that dandelions, I've done a whole dye pot of just dandelions, and it barely tinted the yarn. It was pretty disappointing as far as like dandelion yellow is such a beautiful bright color. I thought we would be having some really bright color. Marigolds is amazing. Scrappy, was that the yellow onion skins with lots of iron water solution? What was that? Sorry. That's what I want to do too. The gal in the link has done things like that. She for sure influencing me to want to dye and sew cute things with it. The slow berries were a fail for wool. My book said that it works better with cotton. Okay. And see, Laura, what did you use for that cool like army green? I think the army green was yellow onion skins, but marigolds work as well. Marigolds and onion skins both transform to a dark army green when you add iron mordant to the afterbath. So if you pre-mordant with alum, you get a bright, beautiful yellow from both of those flowers, or both of those things, onion skins and marigolds. But if you add an iron water solution to it for an afterbath, then you will get a very lovely army green. I really like it. Look at me guessing correctly. Well, both actually work, so that's interesting. What if you mix yellow and red onion skins? I haven't tried that because I don't have red onions often enough in my house to collect red onion skins. Yellow onions are like my basic onion here, so good question. I have done an over dye before where I dyed yellow with onion skins and then over dyed that with the blue from my Concord grape dye. And I did get a green, and the green lasted, is it still there? It's faded now for sure, but it's still got green to it. What if you mix yellow and red onions? Oh, I already read that. I tried calendula, Deanne said, but didn't get much color from them. I wonder why. I bet you got a nice smell though. My next dye experiment, well, will be gorse, then over dyed with a light woad. Woad gives you blue, right? Then you can get a stunning, bold, mid-tone green, and green is always the best option, obviously. Which is so funny that it's so hard to get green when you're doing natural dye, because you'd think everything you're using to make the dye is green, like it's a plant, you know what I mean? You would think you'd be able to get green. Where do you get woad? I'll try to re-dye the tan skein from the hickory nut bath. Slinky, you have to re-mordant between dyes. So if you're gonna redo the yarn, you have to redo the process of mordanting because the mordant is already holding on to the dye from the nut. So you need to re-mordant so that the dye from whatever you use next can hold on to the fabric that way. And let me see. Woad is native to the UK, but quite invasive in some parts of the US. Interesting. Well, I want to grow woad. Will it grow in southern Ontario? Or regular Ontario, not southern, just in case we don't end up living in southern. Woad is blue, right? And what else can I use for red? I can do madder or cochineal, I don't know how to pronounce it. Cochineal, whatever. I don't really want to grind up bugs to make red personally, but I'm down to grow madder. Oh, it was Black Eyed Susans. I scrolled through your natural dye playlist. Oh, well, Black Eyed Susans then. But also marigolds and onion skins will do it. So, but Black Eyed Susans, sure. Well, it grows in Scotland, so I'm guessing it'll grow in Canada. And yes, it's blue. Cool. If I mordant today, make the dye, then rinse the mordant out, can I add it to the hot dye pot, or do I need to let it cool? You can add it to the hot dye pot. You do not need to let it cool. Just make sure you thoroughly rinse out your excess mordant, and then go ahead, do it up. Yeah, so the reason it turns green is because if you think of yellow on the color spectrum and add black to yellow over and over and over, it ends up greening down. It's saddening the color is what iron does. It sort of darkens and dampens the color. So if you've got a bright gold, to darken and dampen a bright gold is going to give you something like an army green. It's going to be a darker version, basically, of bright gold. And same thing with those Black Eyed Susans. You'll get a beautiful yellow color if you just did it with an alum mordant, but by adding the iron mordant, it transferred it down to a beautiful green. Dark greens. Getting bright greens, I think you usually have to layer dye because iron darkens things, so you end up with a dark color each time when you use iron. Hey there, Rue. Good morning. I just moved my iron mordant out of the way when I was tidying up last because it was sitting here on my desk. I wonder if you could use red henna. I wonder. I mean, henna is from a plant, is it not? I don't think it would stay red. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think it would be a primary red. Raven. Wow, words are hard. Raven. I don't think it would be a primary red. Yes, I wouldn't think so, but I would imagine more of like a brown red because after you do henna, it like oxidizes to more of a brown. So I'm imagining if it does anything, you might get a red when it comes out of the dye pot, but by the time it dries, I'm sure it would be more of a like, maybe a terracotta or something browner. Henna for dye, I don't think it's light fast. Fair. I missed it, Slinky. What would happen if you mixed red and yellow onion skins? Oh, did Slinky answer? I don't know. Oh, we're gonna find out later today, Rue. Okay, good, cool. Do equal parts so that you can find out for sure. Because if you do like more yellow than red, your experiment will be flawed. And we need the facts here. What else could we dye with? Apparently pomegranate skins are something that we can get some color out of, which is exciting because it's Christmas season, and that is when pomegranates come into season here, and that's when people in my family tend to have pomegranates. So I want to try that this year, if possible. I do have my slow cooker, which I can use to do natural dye if needed, but I don't think I can do it here. Also, I love your sweater, Laura. Thank you so much, Rue. I made it, obviously, and it is made out of all of the scraps of my acrylic yarn from 2019. My 2019 scrap sweater. Good way to remember all the different yarns I used in 2019 for different things. This is what it turned into. Doesn't match, but I like it anyway. It's already going over tan, so it won't be accurate, but hopefully it'll give us a better idea. Should I remord it with alum or iron? I would remord it with alum because I would want to see what the red does with alum, because alum brightens. Think of alum as taking it towards like a yellowy green direction, and iron taking it towards a brown black direction, and then wood ash solution taking it towards like an orange red direction. It's not going to change the color to red or black or yellow, but if you think of whatever your color is and you add a little bit of orange or red, that's basically how it's going to be affected by wood ash solution. If you add a little bit of black, that's how it's going to be affected by iron, and if you add a little bit of like a bright yellow, that's how it'll be affected by alum. At least that's how I've found in my stuff. I love all your enthusiasm. I must go. Have a fun day. Big hugs. Take care. Bye, Louisa. Have a good rest of your day. And thanks for coming. Ooh, I'd love to see how pomegranate turns out. Me too. I've seen a few experiments online, but I want to try it for myself because that's what's the fun part about natural dye, is the fun of the experiment. Good morning, Jessica. I've been doing 4 teaspoons of alum per 100 grams of wool. I've been doing 1 big tablespoon per skein, so per 100 grams. I think you're supposed to do 5% weight of fabric. So 100 grams would be, what's 5% of 100? 5 grams. A teaspoon is, isn't a teaspoon 15 grams?
Teaspoon? No, it's like 5.
A teaspoon is 5?
Yeah.
So you
tablespoon is 5.
Okay, so I think you don't need to use as much as you're using for your dye baths, unless you reuse that dye bath 3 more times. So if you're doing 4 teaspoons of alum, you could put in more skeins of wool. You said for cotton plant-based fibers, you need aluminum acetate. Yeah, so aluminum sulfate bonds to protein, aluminum acetate bonds to cellulose. Sid, had a nice gaming session with one of my buddies in the UK. Now for some food and chilling, and maybe some crochet. Waiting for your super ad to end, and another one on media design. Does this give you sponsorship if I watch these? There's an ad on the stream? I don't know. I don't know there's an ad on the stream while it's live. If you're watching another video, it gives me like, you can, if you skip it, I won't be mad. I mean, I love when you watch the ads because it'll give me like 0.03 of a penny, but that adds up over a month. A tablespoon is 3 teaspoons, so if you do a heaping teaspoon, it's similar? Yes, but I usually am mordanting multiple skeins at once. I said per 1 skein, but usually I'm putting more. I left and returned to see a link by Scrappy. Perfect. Ooh, there's a fascinating mini documentary on YouTube called In Search of Forgotten Color about Japanese natural silk dye processes. Oh, cool. Highly recommend. Okay, cool. Well, I always need something to watch while I'm editing. I ordered from Your Super before they came famous, believe it or not. Your Super. What's Your Super? I don't know what that is. They're amazing. I ordered the matcha. Well, love that a tea ad is being put on my channel. Makes sense. I think the folks that just hopped on might get ads for the start of their watch. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube, for trying to give me ads. That's nice of you. It's December, so they have extra money for ads right now. Also, another natural dye option is lac, but it's also insect-based. What insect and what color? I know there's also a beautiful vibrant purple from some sea snail shell, but I do not have access to that sea snail. But I do want to know what lac color is. 1, 2, 3. Yes, but I would say if you are gonna use alum, put a few extra skeins in. You can let them dry and dye them later, and the alum will still be valid. You won't have to like remordant. You can pre-mordant things like in advance. The mordant will be fine. 2, 3. Also, they said hi, Alex, because they found out you were here.
Hello.
Hello. Lac is red dye. Hey there, Dawn. Sorry I'm late. That's all right. Welcome back. What about beets dye for dye instead of bugs? So beets are not color fast or light or wash fast or light fast. So you could dye with beets for fun, but it won't stick around, and it won't stick around for a very long time at all. Like you might wash it and it will be pink by the second time you wash it, and then if you go out in the sun, it'll fade pretty quickly. So beets are more like if you're gonna color eggs at Easter, beets will work, you know what I mean? They will create a color, but it's not a sticking color. Sid, yeah, certain recipes actually say to let the material dry between mordantings. Oh. Wine. Well, I mean, wine stains our clothes, but I don't think wine is considered light fast or wash fast either. Interesting, though, because it stains clothes really effectively. Hi, everyone. Hi, Rosalie. Laura, what are you crocheting right now? I am crocheting a granny square blanket out of naturally dyed yarn. This is how big it is now. Oh, I need a stretch. Oh, my arm still hurts. Oh, by the way, don't forget to like the video. If you haven't clicked the like button yet this morning, go ahead and click it now while I do my quick stretch, because it would be nice for you to do that. Oh, ow! It hurts to raise my arm. What was the scam story? Well, Alex and I had a too good to be true situation with an apartment, and it turned out to be people who were trying to scam into getting photo IDs of people. It's kind of disappointing. It was just basically like a too perfect to be true apartment came up for a too perfect to be true price. I replied to the ad, and then it devolved into scam behavior, so I stopped replying, obviously. But by the time I was emailing back and forth with this person, the ad was deleted, so I couldn't even report the fact that there's a scammy ad on the thing. I made myself a scrap yarn advent, and I'm making a solid granny square blanket in the month of December. Cool! What? Oh no, humans can be so crappy. Yeah, well, the bummer was that they were really nice places, but obviously, like, as soon as it became scammy, I was like, okay, well, I'm not sending ID to you. I'm not sending money to you until I see the place. Like, it's a thing. Bummer, though. Tyrian purple. Right, Tyrian purple is the one from Sea Snails. It's what the Egyptians and ancient Greeks used to dye their clothes purple, and it's also why purple is the color of royalty, because it was so costly. Because you had to go find a bunch of snails. Makes sense. Cochineal. I don't know if I'm saying this right, so just go with me. When I say cochineal, I mean the red bug, okay? Cochineal too. You have to like harvest them off prickly pear leaf pad or cactus pads, and they have to eat the prickly pear. That's all they eat. So you have to harvest them off of that and then dry them up and then crush them, and then they're a dye. Weird. So weird. What is it? Imagine being a professional snail milker. What a life. Imagine being any kind of natural dyer before the 1800s. You're working with pee and dead animals, and like the things you're working with are going to be a little bizarre. Like, I would see why people would think they were like magicians or witches. Just because, here, I made you this blue. Enjoy. Right? What do they do? Something so obviously sketchy, and you just laugh at how gullible they think you are. Like, I'm not a sucker you're looking for, bro. But the problem is that there is a sucker somewhere. There's a sucker who's going to transfer them $2,000 and then never hear from them again. Gotta get going to the eye doctor, then back to work. Sorry about your eye doctor issue. Yeah, see you next week. Sorry about the glasses. I mean, that they weren't perfect. I hope that they'll fix it with no problems for you. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Yeah, just imagine being a natural dyer from the past. But that being said, when we have a property that I can do so, I want to try urine on lichen. So you have to collect a bunch of pee and let it age for an X amount of time first, and then, it's going to be gross. It's fine. I've made gross natural dyes with like rotting black walnuts, so it's not going to be the worst thing that could happen. But you need urine and you need a specific type of lichen, and when you mix those, you can also use ammonia. Like, you could buy straight ammonia, but I want to try doing it like from scratch. And you can put a certain type of lichen and get like a vibrant fuchsia, and that is something I'm excited to find. I haven't found the lichen growing in my area in large enough supply to justify taking any of it. So basically, after a windstorm today, I should go to the forest and would likely find some of it, but lichen grows so slowly that if it's just a small patch, it's not right to take it. Chemical dyeing is kind of grosser when it comes down to it. I'd rather work with something gross than carcinogens. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Working on a baby blanket from Granny Squares, Girl Pink. Dawn, I'm working on a Granny Square blanket. Not for necessarily a baby, but I mean, I wish it was for a baby. I know, but it's like they don't even try to hide the scamminess. I know. But there will be someone scammed, you know? Urea dyeing is stinky. Just make sure you have a place to store it that won't stink up your space. Well, that's what I figured it would be good for when we have a farm, because I will have my place for dead animals to decompose so that I can have their bones, because that is something I like having, is animal bones. So that is a stinky endeavor, which would go far corner of property. And then the stinky urea natural dyes can go there too, just in case like a glass jar breaks and then there's something nasty, you know? Have you seen the episode of A Stith in Time where they reproduce the famous green wool dress from the Arnolfini? Wow, Laura, words are hard. Portrait, there's an amazing section about the urine dyeing the wool. No, I have not seen that. A Stitch in Time. A Stitch in Time where they reproduce the famous green dress. That's cool. A Stitch in Time. No, I haven't seen that, but cool. And they did it with urine. Very good. A friend started dabbling in taxidermy, just cleaning skulls so far, but she's having fun with it. Well, my dabble in taxidermy was burying a bird, a dead bird that we had found, like a dead sparrow or something, burying it in my flower garden and then digging it up at the end of the summer, and all that was left was some of the bones. So I got a bird skull that way. That was dabbling. And then dabbling number 2 was I took a skunk, a raccoon, and a possum dead that my dad had collected for me because that's who my dad is and that's what I like. And I put them in a big 5-gallon bucket full of water. And that I kept very far away from the house because it's disgusting. And I left that in for the entire summer. And by the end of the summer, it had, all that was left was disgusting water and bones. So that way was effective, but disgusting. So if you are looking for an effective method, I would say that's effective, but disgusting. The bucket method is nasty. It's very nasty, but the bones are clean. So that's the one nice thing about it. When you pour off all of the nastiness, the bones underneath are like perfect. They're completely meat-free. Ugh, so nasty. I told her about your burying method. A really easy way to clean your bones is to build a black soldier fly bin and let them eat all the flesh. Macerating really is gross. Yes, super gross, but I didn't attend to it. I literally left it out far away. It was very gross, but I didn't deal with it, so I didn't have to see it or understand how gross it was. But she's like switching the water on the regular. Ugh, nope, that's a no from me. I did not switch the water on the regular because I did not want to go near the nasty bucket. Yes, I've heard the soldier flyway, and there's the something beetles. Dermisted beetles? Some kind of beetle, anyway, that cleans bones really, really effectively, like right down to the perfect white bone. All you have to do is degrease it, and then they're good to go. I'm not there, obviously, because I don't have property for it. I could be wrong about the water switching. Sounds gross to me still, though, Sid. I think that if we had a farm and we had, like, the things that the space that I would need for it, I would do the beetles, because it's just like you have a bin, like a tote, and the beetles live in there, and you just put dead things in, and then you come back a week later. They're fussier about their living conditions than soldier flies. Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. I wonder how so. Like, would they have to live in the garage or something nasty, like, as opposed to out in the elements? Are they not from here? Is that why? Are they from a warm place? because soldier fly is, ugh, so gross though. I don't want to be involved in anything to do with bugs that are not yet formed bugs. I don't mind beetles. I don't mind bugs. I do not like the larval form of any insect. They disgust me. The larval form of any insect makes me very uncomfortable. I do not like it, Sam. I do not like it. I'm using up scraps of discontinued variegated baby color, and I'm on and discontinued pink, very pale. That's probably beautiful then. Are you doing a lot of little granny squares? Sorry, I don't remember if you said, or are you doing one large granny square with that? Little granny squares look so cute, but then you have to put them together. The best thing about the soldier fly bin is that if you have chickens, they'll eat the soldier fly larva for you. Disgusting. Disgusting. Just disgusting. That's how I feel about anything that is called larva. Same, even the freeze-dried mealworms I feed my snails freak me out. See, those ones don't bother me as much because they have a hard outside. Like they have a crispy outside. If it has a soft, gooey outside, ugh, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want it. I don't want it. It grosses me out so much. Ugh, just thinking about like, ugh, yuck. It honestly sounds like you and I have exactly the same life goals. A farm with enough room to clean bones and grow dye plants. Yep. I just want to have dead things and chickens and natural dye. Is that so hard? I just want to like, every time I see roadkill, I want to bring it to her, but I'm too squeamish for that. That's what my dad did. Literally, he picked up roadkill for me when I said like, I'm looking to do skulls this summer. He was like, what kind of skulls? Like anything? And I was like, I think so, anything. Also my life goals. Melanie, we just need to buy a bunch of adjoining farms, and the middle where the farms all connect will be like our nasty bin of rotting bones. Goals. But yeah, he brought roadkill for me, and he was like, you said you wanted the skulls of animals. This raccoon is mostly just skull with some spine. Is that okay? And I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm at the side of the road. Yeah, that's great, Dad. The skull of a raccoon with the spine would be great, thank you. And then he gave it to me in a plastic bag, and I was like, who is my dad? Like, there is just, what is that? My friend legit asked my brother for a rat skull. I made our cat have a skull for us to keep. I kept our cat's skull, so like, I like skulls. I like bones. I like art that's made from bones. I like taxidermy things. I think that they're beautiful in their own weird way. Like, I don't want you to kill a deer so that you could put its antlers or its head on your wall. But I mean, like, if a deer gets hit by a car, or if it's, excuse me, or if it's like antique taxidermy, I'm good with it. Like, I would get a lion. I would get a taxidermied lion if it was an antique. I would not get a brand new taxidermied lion because I don't want a lion to die for my taxidermy. But I do love fur. I love dead things. I love bones. I don't want to kill stuff, but I do love dead stuff. I'm in. He's awesome, totally. Wool mordanting and onion skins are in the pot. Yay! Awesome! That's great, Slinky. Hold on. Thank you. It's something to research during my downtime at work, and I have a lot of downtime. I'm in. I will realistically want to buy property in the next 5 years. Also near a lake somewhere in Canada. Let's start a commune. Right. Just like a bunch of small farms next to each other where there's like a different style of garden in each one. Like one's a dye garden, one's a vegetable garden, one's a flower garden. That would be amazing. Literally, you keeping CJ's skull and knowing I can do that makes me so much less scared to lose my pets. Thanks for creating a safe space to talk about eclectic topics. Well, thank you for not being weirded out by eclectic topics. Can't you all move to Scotland and buy land with me instead? That would be fun. That is supportive, definitely. Dawn, yes, very supportive. Can we not call it a commune, though? They always go south. Let's call it a co-op. Yeah, a co-op is fine. A co-op sounds better than a commune, for sure, because one of us is going to end up being a god figure with a whole bunch of concubines. It always goes south. A commune will always go south. A farm community sounds great. Rosalie, that's a good idea too. A small farm co-op. A bunch of small land areas with a safe space to put your dead things. We'll have one safe space that is where the dead things go. I call mine a cult farm. Very good. I'm a legit communist, so I'm just leaning into the weirdness. Yeah, I told my family we should have a commune when we're older, like when all of the kids have kids that are grown up, then all the kids, we should all move onto one plot of property with all different houses. I call dibs on the god figure station, Sid. I feel like that's fine. You can be the god. I was calling it a commune, and my family was like, why would you want to live on a commune? And I'm like, I want to live close to my family, but not in the same house. I want to have all different houses, but a lot of land. And basically, I want to live on a farm, and I want my family to move close to me, is what I want. Mine would be a farm with lots of flowers, dogs, and ponies. Rosalie, and that's perfectly fine. And when your ponies pass away, you could just hand them over to me and Sid and Raven. Is it Raven or Raven? Anyway, you can hand over your ponies, and then we will very respectfully collect their skull. Thank you. That's actually the price of living in our co-op, is if you have a dead animal, if your animal dies, it has to go to the co-op. How about that? Oh, bye, Melanie. Have a good rest of your day. Gotta go to work. Okay. Raven, usually. Raven. Got it. But it's made-up name, so it hardly matters. Okay, cool. Raven. Got it. Good morning from Texas. I'm new, kind of, lol. I was here a couple years ago, too. I'm excited to be back. Well, welcome back. Glad to have you, Sid. Yeah, maybe that was a little creepy, the dead animal being the requirement. But yeah, totally. We could have we could have a petting zoo farm, and except it's not a petting zoo, it's just like the people who live in the neighborhood can come hang out with those animals. And all of us will have chickens. Aw, it'll be so fun. I want to live on a farm with people who have ideas similar to mine who also want to live on a... That would be really nice. Okay, plan on a couple of Yorkies. Dawn sounds great. And then we'll have 7 janky Chihuahuas also to go in with the Yorkies, to be friends with the Yorkies. Thunder will probably be on exclusive carrying by then, because he will refuse to walk, because it'll be a couple years from now. Did you hear about the TikTok cult? We need to avoid that territory. I didn't hear that, but good idea. Let's avoid that. I'm gladly eating my way through my mountain of clementines. Frida, a mountain of clementines sounds like a great breakfast. Love that. Also, Kelly, welcome. Sorry that today might be a weird topic for conversation if you're not used to our weirdness. We're talking about the beauty of taxidermy and the lovely future of a potential joint farm life. Millicent is helping. Millicent eats clementines? I didn't know dogs could eat clementines. Oh, Jared Leto. So I should be able to have one if I want. Yeah, if Jared Leto can do it, so can I. We could do crochet evenings. Oh my gosh, totally. We could have crochet time. That would be so fun. And whoever's good at one thing, whoever's a good spinner, can do little lessons. Sunday could be lesson day, and each Sunday is a different person's lesson, and you can go over to that person's house and learn how to do the thing that they're the best at. So you people who spin, we can come watch you spin, and then people who natural dye can have people over to watch natural dye. Wouldn't that be fun? Every afternoon would be a crafternoon. It would be amazing. Yep, if you open the slice. I guess. Silly dog. It needs to be open so that she understands it's food. Well, I've been lurking for a few days now. I thought I'd jump in today. I love all the topics. Awesome. Well, Kelly, I'm glad. And I'm glad you're back. That's awesome. Don't forget to like the video, by the way, as you're in. pretty, please. Oh my god, I want this socialist utopia of friends so damn bad. I know! Can we have a socialist utopia of friends who like yarn and like planting and socialism? We could make all our own clothes. That's some true culture, right? Make and dye our own clothes. We're all wearing like neutral tones. It'll be like Midsummer, except like a little different. It'll be like Midsummer, but a little different. Frida, I'm in. Perfect. Imagine how amazing that would be, though. That would be like the happiest. I would be very happy. Oh, awesome! I joined your Patreon. Well, welcome to the Patreon. I'm glad you did. Thanks for joining. I think most of us do already make our own clothes. Yeah, I know, but now it would be culty because we'd be doing it together. Less murdery. Yeah, like just it's like a cult, but like with no murder aspect to it. There's no end goal. The cult has no end goal. There is no time frame. There is no end goal. How about that? So just a community. We just want to make a neighborhood, but in the country. Is that what's happening? We want a neighborhood in the country? Sounds pretty good. It'd be funnier if we like called it a cult or a commune and then it's just totally not that. And people, just to keep other people away. It's cult, but we have 0 traits of the bite model. Yeah. We don't need any of those. We have no godlike leader who is really mostly obsessed with young women. Does anyone ever notice that? The guy that leads the cult seems to be able to be with anybody who is young and a girl. Midsummer, but a little different. Can you elaborate? No. It's like Midsummer here, but a little different. Oh, so, like, you, that's all I can tell you. It's classified, actually. Well, I already moved from Australia to Scotland. Wow, looks like I'm moving to Canada now. Well, that'll be less of a change, like Scotland to Canada in terms of weather. And also, Canada is another one of the Commonwealth countries, so you're good to go. You'll have all the things you need without any sharks. You won't even have to worry about any sharks here. The dye is already pretty. Prob's gonna freeze the rest because I don't have anything else to dye right now. How much did you use, Slinky? And hi, I'm back again. Hey there, little brat. My stomach hurts again after waking up to the fire department and the ambulance outside the house. My brain automatically thinks someone died again. What happened? Why was there an ambulance and a fire department at the house? It would be an exclusive. It would be by invitation. Oh yeah, totally. You would receive it would be handmade paper. The invitation, I mean. Oh gosh, we would have so much fun. That would be actually like the life. Because then we could have a cow. Like I want a cow, but I don't want to have a cow. But I want like a part-time cow. So we could like share a cow. For a pet, like I want a pet cow. I want a small pet cow. I'd say like a loose cup of each. It would be handmade ink at that point. Oh yes. Slinky, I want a cow, right? Because they're eyelashes. That's the reason. I want a cow for their eyelashes and their beautiful, beautiful faces. They are so cute. I don't need them to do anything for me. I just want to have one. I would love to have a donkey. Well, Rosalie, we would need a donkey because with an animal like a cow, and of course I will have a couple of goats, I'm sure a few of you will have some sheep because you'll want your yarn, wool. I'll just buy my yarn off you. I'm not going to have sheep. But I guess we'll trade. I'll trade you my goat's milk for your yarn because it's like full-on socialist work. Their floofy ears and their little curly floofs on their hair on their head. Yes, and their eyelashes are like 2 inches long. The cutest thing in the whole world. Oh my gosh, that's awful. Little brat, that's awful. Sorry. Milking cows are beautiful. Milking cows are beautiful, Dawn. I just don't want to have to milk a cow. Like, great. They're cute. I could do the cow milking. I don't want to. I would rather milk a goat. I would rather milk a small thing, like a goat, as opposed to a big thing like a cow. Plus, I don't really drink milk. It would be exclusively for me to make cheese, like goat's milk would be for cheese. And I love goat's cheese. Cow's milk, I already don't really love how it affects my stomach. So instead, I think that we would just have a cow for pet purposes, but we would need a donkey, a mini Jersey, sold, mini Jersey. Can we also get a mini Holstein? Because I really like the black and white spots on a cow. They're very cute. The black and white spots are very cute. We gotta be honest. It's a really cute cow if it's got black and white spots. Laura not wanting to get kicked by a full-grown cow. Yes, because it will happen, and if a goat kicks me, I'll be fine. So, okay, we'll have 2 cows so that the cows can have a friend. We'll have a mini Jersey and a mini Holstein. Holsteins are the black and white, right? I gotta calm my anxiety down because my stomach just hurts again. Well, then talk with us, little brat, about the future co-op farm that we'll all share, and we're talking about all the animals we're gonna need. We need Highland cattle because they also produce fiber. Do they really? But they're not friendly, so we would need like a whole bunch of land for them to like graze on, you know? I legit want fuzzy longhorn cows. They are adorbs and very independent. Sid, those are the Highland cattle, aren't they? Your good thing is my bad thing. I want needy animals that want to be my friend. I will milk the cow. Got it, Dawn. Then we can have 1 milk cow. We can have 1 old cow that we rescue so that we feel good about the fact that we have a milk cow. And then we'll have a couple of the fiber cows that live away. Are they? I don't know. I've never heard of them being friendly. They're like cows that go and live away and then get moved around. They're not like, I mean, what do I know? The cutest sheep in the world? Let me have a look. Valais black-nosed sheep. I mean, I don't know a lot of ugly sheep, so we'll see. Valais black-nosed sheep. Oh, baby! Yes, that's a very good sheep. I accept. Mary had a little lamb. Literally, this is the cutest little sheep. Yes. Well, that made me very happy to see. Thank you. I will tend to the goats and the chickens, or some of the chickens. I also need a white goose because I like them. Highlands can be friendly. My hub's best bud has Highlands and they are sweet. Okay, fine, then we'll have some Highlands. And what else will we have? I'm not particularly interested in peacocks. I'm gonna be honest, the noise they make doesn't interest me. But I do really want an emu. So can we live somewhere that will allow an emu to thrive? Because I would really like to have one because I think that they are so weird, such dinosaurs, and I like that. Goose quills are great for corsetry boning too. Well, there we go. So when he drops his feathers in the fall, I will collect them and send them to you. It looks like a cartoon, right, Sid? Totally. There are folks local to me that keep emu. So Vermont's, there's a Vermont emu. Okay, well, there's also emu in Toronto. There's 2 emus in the High Park Zoo, which is not really a zoo. It's like a path you walk through that has random huge enclosures full of random animals, but it's free to go to and it's like volunteer run. It's very strange. Sid, and it's warmer in your area. Okay, cool. So there we go. So we can have a couple of emu because they need friends, right? And their noise is cool. Love a good noise from an emu. I don't want an ostrich because they need it to be warm and they're mean, and I don't want a mean animal. Emu are the stupidest birds. It doesn't matter if they're stupid. They're beautiful and weird. They're dinosaurs. You know what? An emu is just a very large chicken, right? It's just a fast, very large chicken. So if chickens were as big as an emu, you would be like, that's the stupidest animals. Everyone knows it's emu, right? Am I saying emu? Emu. 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 Am I saying emu? Sorry, emu. A bit. Don't mind me. Emu. Hi, Alex. Good morning. We're talking about the future farm where we're all going to have all the animals that we want and all of the gardens that we want, and we're going to, it's going to be awesome. Emu. My hub's bud has an emu and they scare the bejeebers out of me. They do not scare the bejeepers out of me. They are so freaking cool with their big dinosaur feet and their weird dinosaur noises. Though their drumming noise is beautiful. Totally. Yeah, you said emu, but that's always, that always makes me laugh. Emu, sorry. Reminds me of Marge Simpson wanting an emu farm. LOL. Emu, emu. I'll practice. Lita, good morning. Okay, so we'll have a few emus, a couple of cows, a bunch of sheep, a few goats, at least one donkey. At least one donkey. Because donkeys are protective animals and also so adorable. They're like a horse, but on shorter legs. Love that. Oh, that's awesome. I hope one day to have a bigger garden. Okay, so you're going to have the garden. We're imagining that we have all this beautiful space together, that we're going to just have all the things that we want together. Can you tell this is not my favorite part of jewelry making? A llama. Okay, good. I'm down to have a llama. I'm down to have an alpaca also. Because I don't really understand the difference. I can see the difference, like I can say that's a llama and that's an alpaca, but I don't understand what their actual difference is. But they're cute, and I'm down for it. A beautiful green color. Oh yeah, totally. Emu eggs are like dark and bumpy and beautiful. And we'll have all different kinds of chickens, of course. We'll probably need to have ducks, let's be honest, because we'll have a pool or we'll have a pond or we'll be on the edge of a lake or something, so we'll need some ducks. Llama is a must-have on our farm. Okay, sold. Alpacas are slightly less mean, okay? How many chickens are we gonna have? I mean, probably more than I would say 100, because if there's like, I don't know, let's say there's 15 or 20 of us and each of us gets 20 chickens. I mean, maybe not everybody's gonna want chickens, but I'm gonna want chickens and I'm gonna want like 30. So on my little plot, there will be 30 chickens. Nope, my crappy laptop won't start Photoshop. Oh, that's the point where you start looking for the new laptop when Photoshop won't open. I'll stick to cats. Perfect. Will any of your cats, we will be far away from roadways, obviously, for the safety of the barn cats, because we're going to have barn cats, because since there's going to be animals and feed, there's going to be mice, so we'll need barn cats. Are you going to be also caring for the barn cats or only indoor cats? I'll raise the meat chickens. Good, yes. I would love if you raise the meat animals. I will raise the egg animals. I think 30 will be enough to source eggs for the whole compound. Very good. All right, fine. Then I will be happy to mother the 30 egg-laying chickens. Totally. Oh, imagine though, for real. Would be an excellent barn cat. 1, 2, 3. I love animals, but I also don't mind raising freezer friends. Well, I have like 6 freezer friends still left. He's already brought me 4 in his lifetime. Wow. That's good. 4 mice and shrews. Moles and shrews. Yes, I have like 6 roosters in the freezer currently because they were not easy to find homes for, and it was cost effective to have them turned into food. So I had them turned into food. I'll be the crazy cat lady who knits on the porch. Totally fine. Then your house will have to be towards the front so that when people drive up, you can be like, hello, are you allowed to be here? Because all of the animals and stuff will be in the back and we'll be working on them. If you're not going to be an animal worker person, that's okay, but that means you'll have to be more of a front-facing person. In my country, we have guanacos, similar to a llama. Guanacos. Let me Google that. And by Google, I mean search on Pinterest. Guanacos. Aww, they're so cute. They don't look like they make fur though. Are they for meat? Oh, hello guys. They're so cute. They're like llamas, but without a lot of fur. They're cute. I will grow flax and weave cloth and help with the sewing things and permaculture. I love me some permaculture. Oh yes, give me that permaculture. Totally. We can share our weed fabric because, you know, like the first year we'll put the weed fabric down and then the next year we'll cover it to, you know, so we'll share that one big piece. What did you mean, get the feels? When? Hold on, knits in my country with so much alum. I have 3 men here on the homestead and I am the dispatcher because my men get the feels. Oh, because it's hard, they get the feels. My grandpa literally asked my mom that the other day when she was over. He said, could you snap the neck of one of those chickens? And my mom was like, no, they're egg-laying chickens, not at all. And my grandpa said to me, could you do it? And I was like, I actually had to. I had to do that. I had to snap the neck of one of my favorite chickens because she was dying. It was very hard, but I could do it. It was either that or watch her bleed out. So, yes, I can snap the neck of a chicken. I don't really want to when it's a pet, but if it's a meat chicken, I would have a different feeling about it because I would have put different feelings into it while they grow. Anyway, too emotional to pull the trigger. Yep. Alex is like that too. I don't think that he would ever be involved in the dispatching. We have a permaculture off-grid homestead in northern Minnesota. Love me some permies. Love that. I love the aw, yes. They get the feels too emotional, and I'll knit everyone mitts and hats and scarves. Perfect. Perfect. And the spinners will provide you some yarn to make them with. Men love to act all tough, but when it comes down to it, women have to deal with awfulness as part of a biology, so it seems more grounded. I think that's fair. Yeah, we have to deal with, like, awfulness as part of, thank you, uterus, for existing. Wish you could just not behave that way. I don't. I love and care for them, but I'm very all biz, even with my beloved pets. It's me that takes the long walk at the end with ours. Yeah, yeah. We all have down comforters. We will all have down comforters. Only if they are harvested after, you know? Like we're not just gonna have animals 4 down. We will have animals need a snack. Linda, hello Linda. When I visited my daughter in Australia, we went to the reptile park. We had a lovely day, but when I turned around, there was an emu stood right beside me. I did not realize how huge they are. Right? They're like 6 feet tall, and their bodies are quite large. Have you seen their huge feet too? Raven. I feel like women are taught compassion more than men, so we can put our feelings to the side and do what needs to be done, and then have a big cry after. Yup. That's what I did with Clover. Put my feelings to the side because she was suffering, and that's not fair for, like, if we were to rush her to the vet, she would have died on the way to the vet. She was bleeding into her lungs anyway, and she had been attacked by a fox, for reference. And she was in a lot of pain and really, really scared. So the best thing to do was to end her life. And that was really not fun, obviously, but I cried about it after the fact because it's not, it wasn't something that I could just hold off because of my feelings. Can we have a guard kimono dragon? They spit poison. The reason I would say no is because we're going to have a whole bunch of Yorkies and Chihuahuas, and they'll disappear. Because, Komodo dragon. Also, I don't think that they would enjoy living in anywhere that we would live, except if we all moved to Australia. Oh, I guess I can learn to crochet socks, too. I think we'll have to, employ a knitter for socks. I feel like socks are a knit job. Oh my god, down comforters, right? Oh, okay. But we could have a Here's what I'm thinking. We have like an aviary in the middle, right? A big aviary, but it's glass. So it can have like tropical birds or tropical plants. Like if we wanted to have a banana plant, we could have that in this big glass aviary. And then in there, we could have some lizards that live happily in there. We could do a marine iguana, not a marine iguana, but a green iguana. That'd be fun. I can knit one sock, but someone else needs to knit the second. That's funny. Same. Morgan Donner moved to VT. She does gnarl bind. We should invite her. What's gnarl bind? That's something I have a goal for. I just need the right pattern, easy to follow. Yeah, same. Let's just invest in a Victorian sock knitting machine. Agreed. Worth it. Alex, I can knit one sock. Oh yes, totally. Oh my god, our farm in Australia, I'm afraid of the spiders there. Yeah, exactly. And also, there's a lot more than just spiders. There's lots of poison things. Nail binding is the precursor to knitting and crochet. Oh, interesting. Is it like net making? Like how to make a net? Nalbinda, Norse knitting with a sewing needle. Ugh. So like with one sewing needle? So like how to make a net. I would love to knit socks. I'll do it. Well, we're gonna have years. It's gonna take a lot of time to build up this magical, crazy co-op we've got going here. I feel like part of it is, at least for my men, that they get attached in feelings. Hunting they can do, and since love for my man means protection and care, he has a hard time separating that. That's fair. I think it's fair. I can separate it. I don't want my pets to die, but if it's an animal that is being raised for food, I can accept its death. Does that make sense? Yes, very much like net making. Cool. Well, then we could have a net for fishing in our lake. Morgan Donner, the historic costumer. Oh, okay, I know her. Of her. Morgan. She's the one with her hair's like this short, am I right? As a probable Viking descendant, I'm a bit embarrassed to say I've never heard of it. Failure. That's pretty embarrassing. You're basically a failed Viking. I love that though. I love the idea. I'm trying to think of the other animals we need. Do we need quail? Like, a lot of people say quail are good, but like they're small and their eggs are small. So what do we do with their eggs, really? Pickle them? Like, do we need quail? I hope you're well today. Hello, I am well today. We are talking about a fantastical future co-op farm where we will all have all of the animals that we want, and where we will have the gardens we want, and we will have the community we want. We're making a magical fantasy manifestation is what's happening. Quail are cute. I agree that they're cute. All joking aside, it was always my dream to have a homestead village with like-minded folks, but it's hard to do, alas, so I just had 1 million kids instead. That's funny. But honestly, same, except for the 1 million kids. It was always my goal to have a community of people that wanted to do farmy things like me. Like I imagined it would be my family, but none of my family have an interest in that. Helmet. Well, I would like to have a murder of crows. We could have a full they could live wildly, and we can feed them. I would happily have a murder of crows on our weird homestead. All joking aside, for sure, for real, I would like to live in a farm neighborhood. The equivalent, like, obviously, like, the commune co-op is a lot to actually make, but if people had like a few farms in the same street, that's doable as like a farm neighborhood. Do you know what I mean? Sid, I call dibs on ravens. Will the crows and the ravens get along? Basically, you use a sewing needle to facilitate knotting of the yarn. It looks a lot like crochet. Cool. Yeah, me too. Gotta make some tea. Good idea. Hold on. And by the way, hi Helmet. How's it going? How you doing? Man, it would be cool to have a murder of crows at your bidding. I feel like they're too smart for that. Communal land ownership is actually relatively easy in the UK. Is it really? Here, it's like very not, and also splitting land, like if you bought a big plot of land to split it up into a few different plots, not easy to do here. Wei, I thought that you could make mittens with nail binding. However you pronounce it. I'm saying nail binding. Nail binding. Yeah, a community is fairly easy to establish without formalities. That's what I keep trying to tell people. We can do this. Yeah, well, without the formalities of having it be on one plot of land that's all, like, gated and, like, commune. But I like the idea of having a good neighborhood of people who want to do preserving and growing and all that kind of stuff, but, like, who can, like, my mom makes tomato sauce, and she makes hundreds of jars of tomato sauce every year. She doesn't need hundreds of jars of tomato sauce. You know what I mean? Like, if you can make jam, then you make the jam for the neighborhood without it being a whole, you know? And then the person who has pumpkins, everybody gets a pumpkin from the pumpkin person. That kind of stuff. Like in the olden days when they had community things. Like, it's not a commune, it's not a co-op, it's just people shared the things that they grew lots of with other people, and then other people shared the things that they grew lots of with the other people. And I love that idea. Housewife in the Woods, that's exactly what I want. But seriously, what if there was a giant barn, one giant garden, one giant building for canning, crafting, communing, and then separate housing? Yeah? And then the houses don't need to be big. Totally. Imagine like a row of townhouses in the middle of nowhere, just like a row of townhouses on a huge plot of land with all of those things. Each person just plants a little bit more and we share our harvest with others. Exactly. Null binding. Is it bind or bind? Because it's way much more affordable. Totally. It's so hard because I can't find real life humans like we do, like what we do. We have folks that stop over all the time and tour our place, but we're like sort of a freak show and no real people want to live the life. A close knit community. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn, for the dad joke. Yes, the Victorian townhouses in rural Canada. I love it. Perfection. I'm in northern Minnesota. The first one, Laura. Close knit. Very good. Very good. We should just build cannons and take stuff from other Helmet. We are a peaceful people. I was craving apple pie for the longest time, so I bought a mini pie and had it for dessert last night after supper. My mom makes apple pie every week because she is a farmer and people come to her farm to buy her baked goods. So she makes like 30 apple pies every week. They kind of stop at the pooping in a bucket thing. Yeah, I'd be down. That's where we can I'd be like not into pooping in a bucket. But at the same time, I'm down for a cistern and a septic tank. That's fine. Helmet is not allowed in. Just kidding, it's too hard to make a cannon. Yeah, the metal would be used for other more important things. Sorry for being so blunt, but permaculture isn't always sexy. Yeah, no, that's for sure. But we could do like almost permaculture, or we can be like moving towards permaculture, that kind of thing. I'm happy with a septic and a cistern. I don't think, or a well. I don't think I'm ready for composting toilets just yet. Water collection system, absolutely. We can fling rotten pumpkins at the other communes, but that's as far as it goes. Yes, the other communes would also have to decide to build theirs where ours is. I'm totally down with pooping in a bucket. Composting toilets can be really nice, to be honest. Oh, really? I only think of a porta potty. That's the only thing that I think of when I think of a composting toilet. So I don't really have a lot of experience there. Classic Little House on the Prairie. Laura Ingalls, Little House on the Prairie. Laura Ingalls Wilder, later in Little House on the Prairie. Greywater reclamation can also work for poop water. Yes. We hand dug several wells. Hand dug, wow. Nope, we do sawdust, Laura, and 0 smelt. Good to know. Interesting. The questions. Permaculture doesn't have to include human waste. It's basically are about planting in a way that facilitates natural drainage versus irrigation construction. Oh, I thought it was about not effing up the land by tilling over everything and making it completely like man-made. I thought it was like trying to make your place make sense as a natural place. Sid, I'm starting my own commune. I may not be allowed in yours, but you can join mine. It'll be the cool kids commune. Yes, exactly. You can be next door. The funny thing is, all the stuff I'm actively trying to do around our home and property. Well, I'm down for it. Basically, everybody just use the next 5 years to practice the skills that you have. If you live in the city, practice your knitting and crochet skills. If you live out in the country, practice your animal husbandry and gardening. And when we all have enough money saved to buy a large plot of land, how much land would we even need? Probably not that much. Probably like 15 acres. Got snack. Oh, wait. More acres, because we would have cows. I forgot. Right, but human waste is free fertilizer in the right context. True. That is true. But I'll be using the human waste urine to do natural dye, remember? I want to build catapults so you can be my neighbor. For the pumpkins. Catapults for the pumpkins. Ooh, pear compote. Very nice. I read pear compost because we've been saying compost things. Don't eat compost. That too, Laura. It's super low impact, typically no dig, and uses natural slopes and soil conditions, etc. to mitigate runoff and facilitate watering of crops. Very good. Then I'm down. Down for that. And then we'll have like worms and stuff and chickens. Gosh. Basically just like the whole E-I-E-I-O. I just want to be Old MacDonald. We need a fruit orchard. Of course we'll need a fruit orchard. But probably what we can do is buy an old farm that has an orchard on it and then just remove the trees that are dead to create garden patches. That's what my mom and dad are doing. They just removed 2 acres of pear trees from their farm. My mom and dad have pears, apples, plums, peaches, and multiple varieties of pears and apples, but they have a bunch of pear trees that are like almost 100 years old. Like they were dead. They only produce like 3 pears a year. They're just not doing well. And a neighbor had a huge piece of equipment, farm equipment, and offered to clear that land. So they pulled out, with this equipment, they pulled out 2 acres of pears out of the area. So now my mom has a 2-acre plot to decide what to do with. She said the number of mice that were running away as the trees got pulled was overwhelming. I would love to have bats. Yes, I'm goth. Bats fascinate me. Well, we wouldn't have to worry about them. They'll come. Bats will be where all of the food is, and the food is mosquitoes, and the mosquitoes are where the water and the animals are, so the bats will come. What we can do is we can create bat bird houses, or bat houses, but they're like, you know what I mean, bat bird houses, so that the bats feel welcome and will join our community. We can have blueberries, 2 kinds of apples, 2 kinds of plums, 2 pears so far. Oh, that's awesome. Blueberries are a great thing. Bats will live in the barn for sure. Bats and swallows. Beautiful. Hello there, AB. BRB. Phone call. Sounds good. Oh, there we go. We can put truffles in under the orchard trees and sell them to rich folks for extra cash. True. truffles, but I feel like we would have to have, there's more to it. Truffles require like a certain, it's pretty specific. We would have to live in a pretty specific area to be able to get truffles. But we could grow mushrooms. Oh, true. Who can be the beekeeper? Well, Alex really wants bees, so he can be the beekeeper. Will you keep the bees, Alex?
Yes, I'll learn.
He said, yes, I'll learn. I want morel mushrooms. They're delicious. Well, we'll have a forest nearby, so you'll be able to collect the morels. Obviously only like for a week in the year, but you know. Yeah, like France. We would have to live in like France or a part of Italy, right? It says that every day. Sorry. I have wild apples started in my raised beds. Interesting. And we're planning to get elderberries from my brother's girlfriend's new house. Exciting. I haven't had any luck starting orchard apples from seed. But orchard apples from seed, it makes sense that you wouldn't be able to start them from seed because all the trees that you buy are grafted. They're grafted with a strong root system trunk, and then the fruit is like the part that's grafted on. So if you're growing a seed tree, the root and the stump area of that tree won't be strong enough to withstand your Vermont winters, so it won't overwinter well. Or it won't be able to grow and thrive in that situation. Like they need to be a certain, unless you're growing like a heirloom variety, which is like if you grew it from an apple that you are eating, you're also not going to get the same apple as the one that you ate because apples get pollinated from other things, so you'll get a new apple from the apple seed that you grow. I will help Alex with the bees. I'm a bee whisperer. Perfect. Oh, access to beeswax, of course. I have to cook the evening meal. I wish everyone a great day. Oh, I thought you meant on our commune. I'm like, oh, that's great. You can cook every evening meal. Bye, Rosalie. Have a good night. No, truffles also grow in the US and the Pacific Northwest, I believe. Oh, I didn't know that. All the plants and flowers need the bees. And all the... Yes, totally. No, I haven't gotten them to sprout at all. Oh, that's annoying. Well, I don't know about the sprout part. I just know about the apple that grows from an apple seed will not be the same as the apple that the seed came out of. I know that. And I also know that the apple seed will not be strong enough to survive the conditions, most likely, of where you're growing it because the apple tree that apple came off of is grafted. It's like 100% of apple trees now are grafted apples. They're just, you don't buy apples that are, maybe you can find like a very rare heirloom person. This year I'm trying the freezer method. I wish you luck. We need candles, true. That's true too, they might be sterile seeds. We will need candles though, for sure. And we will have emu oil and lard and stuff from, oh, I want pigs also, a couple of pigs, please. And then we can use that for like oil lamps. Making jewelry gives energy. Uploading to the website drains energy. Sorry. But you know, in order to sell jewelry, you need to edit and upload to the website. Lanolin from the sheep too. True, true. I love this brainstorming. Doesn't it feel so good to talk about? I love talking about this stuff. The topic of farm living is like, it's like natural dye. I could talk about it all day. Horses, if you guys want them. I have no desire to have horses. I think they're great. I love them. I love interacting with horses. They're fun to ride too. I just have no desire to keep them personally, like as an animal. I feel like they just need a lot more. Horses. Okay, I just went all L hot P, lol. I don't know what that means. I hear that, Frida. I gave up on my Etsy ideas because I can't do the social needs. Yeah, the social needs. It's the worst. Anybody else want horses? You guys can have horses. If we have horses, can they be like draft horses? Because they're big. want horses, but they're so high maintenance, right? They're like a pet. They're like, you really need to be involved in their care. Whereas, like, I feel like it's not the same thing with a cow or a goat. Horses, I feel like they need a lot more. Oh, Little House on the Prairie. Got it. Thank you. Thank you. Is that something I should have known? Because I totally did not know that. But, yeah, horses, too high maintenance for me to bother with, but I do like them. I think they're nice, but I don't need them. Like how I need an emu. Hugs and solidarity. Frida, yes, the boring social media portion. All the solidarity to you, Frida. I want them here on our homestead, but we can't. No? I feel like you can buy a horse for like $2,000, but if you don't have a place to store them, it costs like $5,000 a month to board them somewhere. It's weird that the animal costs so little in terms of money compared to their maintenance costs. And shoeing them, and having their teeth filed, and making sure they don't get bloat. Like, ugh, there's so many worries with horses. Worries that I am not interested in having. Do we need someone to make wine and whiskey? I don't drink. Well, my mom is making vinegar, which is kind of almost in the direction of wine. But she won't be living on our homestead. But I'll learn how to make apple cider vinegar. Because my mom makes apple cider vinegar now for her own, like, preserved things. Like when she makes pickled things, she uses her own vinegar now too. You can make ciders and vodka. Well, I think vodka is distilled, and I don't know if we need to have a distiller. I mean, it might be good to have a distiller for making, like, tinctures and stuff, no? Yeah, if someone can brew vodka, I can make white vinegar. Okay, cool. We have the land, but not the pasture woods, so the inputs don't make sense for a permaculture prep or sustainable homestead, which is what we are. Fair. I got a free horse once, and she was a B word. I'll never do horses again. It was too much maintenance for a pasture pet. Fair. I used to volunteer at a place called TEED. It was the Equestrian Association for the Disabled, and I would work with horses while people with physical disabilities and also mental disabilities, but physical disabilities mostly, would ride the horses because it's like good on your hips. And then after the lessons for those people were done, we were allowed to ride the horses. So I would go for horseback rides at that place. I'm learning to make apple cider vinegar. Got a vinegar mother from work for free. Lovely. So I tried putting it into apple juice to see if I have better luck with that. Organic apple juice, not apple juice from concentrate, because the ascorbic acid that's in apple juice from concentrate might kill your mother, as in the mother of the vinegar. Haven't gotten a mother to grow at all on my vinegars yet, and yet they've gotten all over aerated. I love Dr. Pol. He's in Minnesota, isn't he? I like that show too. If we're going to have all these animals, we better make sure we hire Dr. Pol to help us when our animals get sick. Yeah, because they are going to get sick at some point. Totally. I would like to have him come too. I mean, distilling isn't actually hard, and you get an amazing floor cleaner as a byproduct. Oh, that's cool to know. I didn't know that. Yes, everything at work is organic. Okay, cool, good. We only allow animals here on our land that we can feed if the whole supply chain or world shut down. They have to fit in the system and the land. Good. Safe. Good idea. But we have that in common. I've done equine therapy with other veterans. A lot of people find it calming after trauma. Totally. And also a lot of people find it really helps, like, it moves your hips in a similar way to walking. So for people who've had, like, car accidents that have hurt part of their spine and they're unable to walk, but they're, like, getting better, riding a horse, it, like, keeps your tendons from getting too tight so that it won't be hard to, so it won't be as hard to start walking again when you're able to. It, like, keeps your tendons looser so that they don't, like, you know, if you hurt your foot and it's in a cast, your tendon can, like, tighten. and then when you come out of the cast, it takes a while for you to be able to walk without pain because you have to like re-stretch out your tendons. The horseback riding does that. But that's cool, Helmet, that you did that too. True, self-sufficient only. Animals are calm. I mean, depends on the animal. It's great for lower back pain too. Oh, good to know. I mean, nowadays, maybe I do need a horse then. I'm a nurse and disability support worker. We also have many commonalities. Weird. Isn't it so weird? We all have a lot in common. Yeah, when you start talking about things, you realize there's a lot of overlap in what we like. It's cool that you guys all ended up here and we ended up having a lot in common. I love this community. It's so fun to fantasize about the future, but also it's not even fantasizing, like it's kind of planning. Like I'm saying it like it's a dream, but like I want a lot of those things. And I will have them eventually, someday. Do you guys want to see how big the blanket is now? Because I'm going to show you. Just can't wait until I can afford the Patreon. Yeah, that's where my life is, Raven. It's like, oh, I want to have a beautiful big farm one day, but first, let me pay off my credit card bill. Like, let's get the first steps done first. Here's where we're at with the little blanket. Oh, my back. But here we go. What do you think? Really, really cute or super duper cute? Probably it's really super duper cute. My arm hurts. Thinking. Idea. What's the idea? Sid, I genuinely wish we could visit each other easily and help each other with our homesteading projects. That would be so nice. Dawn, I'm debt-free. I am very happy for you and mildly jealous, but mostly very happy for you. Good morning, Donka. Nice to see you. Welcome. Lovely blanket. Nice colors. Thank you. Naturally dyed with Concord grapes and black walnuts. We just found out that our county is approving permits for a mine 9 miles away. That's annoying. Issuing 2022 and attempting to open 2026. So we may be selling and moving. So much hard work to start over. Yeah, that's rude. I'm debt-free too. That's awesome. Yay. I'll be debt-free someday. Someday. I kind of feel like I've found my witch community, but we're so far apart we can't get together for Sabbats, etc. Totally, right? It's like we found a group that it would be so nice to actually physically get together. Because we all, imagine the conversation if we all were able to just like talk. Like, you guys are typing, so I mean, I know we can communicate with each other, but imagine the ruckus of us all in one room for real. It would be a gas. I just yawned after Laura did. It's 'cause it's contagious. Now you said it, and now I have to yawn. Excuse me. That is a bummer that you might have to go because of a mine, and that's rude. What are they gonna mine for? If it's just like a limestone quarry, it's like, couldn't you not, though? Ugh. There's a huge limestone quarry by the old farm that we lived at. Yes, having to type makes it really hard to crochet along with you. Yeah, totally. It would be nice if we could just be sitting, crocheting, showing off our projects. And folding laundry in a warm room. You're making me sleepy. I've done that before, Helmet, where I have been folding laundry in a warm room and decided to take a little nappy break and then wake up later, and it was a lot later. Mining is so polluting also. Awful. Why? I mean, I understand, like, there's big... Is it because of the big tools involved? Because the mine that is near our... I guess they do, like, explosions, and that breaks the rock, and then they break it into further pieces. Is it the polluting from the big machines? Is that? It's a nickel mine for the green energy movement. 33,000 acres they're gonna wreck for the green energy movement. We should just do a Skype call instead and send you £1 instead of you having to get YouTube monies. Well, we could do it on the Patreon, actually. We can do conversations, video conversations, and audio conversations on the Patreon, or on the Discord, sorry, which is through the Patreon. It's so bad for the environment. Give me why, because I don't know anything about mines. I just know that I don't like when they ruin Madagascar with mines. But why is it bad? I mean, clear cutting a forest, terrible for the environment, okay. But is it because of the whole process? As a solar user, folks have zero idea how actually dirty solar is. Pretty sure mining can involve explosives and stuff that release pollutants. Okay. By February, I might have enough to join Patreon. Awesome! That would be great! It has taken us 35 years, but we're finally debt-free. Deanne, congratulations, that's awesome. And living on our 20-acre homestead, we have chickens and raised our first batch of meat chickens and turkeys this year. Alex, do you hear that?
Yep.
See, we can do it.
Alright.
It's taken us 35 years, but we're finally debt-free and living on our 20-acre homestead. We have chickens and raised our first batch of meat chickens and turkeys this year. Hope to get goats soon. So we could do it!
We can do it.
Strip mining is very dirty, ruins the water. Okay. I remember learning about mountaintop mining where they literally obliterate parts of an ecosystem. Oh yeah, strip mining is bad too. It makes sense why it's bad, I just don't understand. Plus it will explode our area if it goes through.
Hello?
Oh, nobody? I'm like, what are you doing answering your phone while I'm streaming? Hello?
Oh,
Deanne, you can do it! We will do it. We will. Yeah, let's have a Discord call. Love the voices to go with the names. Dawn, I agree. I agree. We shall set it up. Ooh. Hello again, Alex. Oh, population-wise, totally true. Because when there's a mine, there's jobs. When there's jobs, there's a community. And that means they build a little town. And then they build a mall. Then they build 1,000 gas stations and 1,000 Tim Hortons. Unless you're not in Canada. And then I guess they build, I don't know, Dunkin' Donuts or whatever you guys have. I'm almost done with this gray yarn. Look, I only have this much left in my ball of yarn. I love our tiny community. Everyone is so caring and willing to share. Deanne, I know, I like that. Or do you mean yours on your homestead? Do you mean here? Because same here. Cars, kids, and crap. Dawn, actually. Yeah, it would definitely blow it up population-wise. Ugh. And then the urban sprawl. Not the dreaded urban sprawl. I'm saying it like it's a joke, but it's not actually a joke. Oh, I finished another round. Oh my gosh, my stomach just growled audibly. I'm gonna eat my cereal for a minute here because I didn't eat it this morning and now it's just mashed shredded wheat instead of, it was mini wheats. Now it's just like a porridge. Oh, that's awesome. You built in cash. 6 years ago, you were valued at 11,000. That's amazing. That you built a place. And now pre-mine, we're near 200,000. So that would be cash to us. Totally. And also, if you wait a little longer, like closer to the mine, once it's announced, the property value will go up. You know what I mean? We all need to tighten our belts, and no more Starbucks either. You're right. No more Starbucks. We could do it. And bye, Sid. Have a good rest of your day. Bye, V. I gotta go take my granny shopping. Oh, well, have a good time. I'll be back soon. If not, have a stress-free and crafty, wonderful day, people. And you too, have a wonderful day. Yeah, that's what we were thinking. Totally, right? Because the property value will go up. Plus your property's like built, like it's done, like you've got it ready to live in. And there won't be a lot of houses ready to live in there yet. This looks really gross, but it tastes really good. I wish, Houselife in the Woods, I wish for you that they value your property at $1 million. That's what I wish for you. I wish for you no more fast food. I'd love to just make homemade meals at night and have all of us sit down together, right? Have either like a joint place where we can all go for dinner if you want to join for the group meal, or you could do like have meals at a different person's house each night. Housewife, we've done similar here. Bought at $58,000, now valued at $275,000. That's amazing. But I hope that because the community is gonna grow around your house, I hope that it goes up to like at least $500,000 at least, because then when you build your new place, $500,000 cash is a lot. Like that's a lot to build with. So you'll be able to get yourself closer to where you are right now faster, because like you took the time you needed to do it all cash, right? But you'll be able to kind of skip a few steps by having the cash up front, which is kind of nice. Like you could hire a help to build the next place. You know what I mean? Something like that. Make it easier. I hope for you that it ends up selling for way, way more money if you have to move, when you have to move from the mine. This isn't oatmeal though. It's, I have food, so obviously he has no loyalty to you. It's not oatmeal. It was mini wheats, and then I mashed them all together in the milk, and now it's just shredded wheat. But it's very yummy. As far as I know, there's only 2 Starbucks in Finland. Wait, that's funny. How big is Finland? Finland's small though, right? I mean, not small enough to only have 2 Starbuckses, but country-wise. Wow. We have a lakeshore, 1,600 square foot house, a separate tiny house acreage outbuilding, and wells and beautiful gardens and a root cellar. Yeah. If you would get 500K, you can hire all of us to come build the new commune. It'd be amazing. You can't have this. It's not for you. I'm hungry. You're not. You already ate today. Oh God, his little sad face. Anyway, back to crochet. I feel like there are 2 Starbucks in like a 1 kilometer radius of me.
Not now, actually. They're further away.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, fine.
Quite enjoy it.
At least I'm out of bed now, so that's a good thing. Finland's population is 5,500,811. That is not a lot of people. Hamilton, which is the town that I'm in right now, has 550,000 people. So that's, I don't know, that's just 5 million is not, it's not a lot of people. I mean, it's a lot of people if they're all in one room, but I mean, it's not a lot of people for a whole country. So much went into here. Yeah, I bet that it would be absolutely heartbreaking to leave it. All the love and blood, sweat, and tears, assuming it was your forever home. You built it to be your forever home. So the idea of having to leave it because some money-hungry person Wait, my sister lives in Hamilton. Really? That's cool. You live in Finland and your sister lives in Hamilton. Hamilton, Ontario, Canada? Oh my god. My twin has 107. My town has 175 people. Well, that's not a lot of people. Yeah, the thought though is definitely daunting to get rid of it. I live by a small town, Laura, and it's under 400 folks. Well, the town we lived in before this was smaller, but we're living in the middle of the city right now, so it's not ideal. Most of those are cabin folks. Yeah, well, I'm gonna be a cabin folks. I'll be a cabin folks. Yes, Canada. I'm Canadian. Oh, I thought you said you're in Finland. Or you're Finnish. I thought... Did I miss something? Yes, Canada. I'm Canadian. Okay, well, welcome. If I didn't know that already, then cool. I'm also Canadian. If you did already tell me that, then sorry I forgot. And where are you in Canada? We are 45 minutes from a hospital. See, that's the only thing that makes me nervous a little, is like the idea of like if I cut my arm off with a chainsaw. I live in Finland. Oh, okay. A Canadian living in Finland. And your sister lives in Hamilton. Well, cool. I could make the joke of, what's her name? Maybe I know her, but I just told you there are 500,000 people in Hamilton, so I obviously don't know her. Imagine, though, if I did. Are you from Hamilton? I haven't said that I'm Canadian before. Okay, cool. Then I feel less bad, because sometimes I forget things that have been said 500 times. Nearest fast food is about 45 minutes away. Nearest Starbucks, 2 hours away. Well, that's an easy way to avoid Starbucks. We drive and meet the ambulance. No joke. Oh my god. I mean, that makes sense, though. I mean, it's better than waiting for the ambulance if you can drive to where they're gonna be. Well, like I said, I'm a nurse. I'll do the first aid. Perfect. That's perfect. Lil Brat. Well, my cat Whiskey is happy. I just turned on her favorite TV show, The Front Window, where all the birds and squirrels play. Her favorite TV show. So cute. Another lovely jumper. Love it. Gonna be very busy for next winter. Hello, everyone. Hey, Kathy. Good morning. We just keep life insurance. Our ambulance would be a helicopter. Oh my god. Okay, so you're way out there then. Very cool. Very cool. Where are you from in Canada? I'm still interested to know. Imagine if you're like from near where I'm from, and then we like had people in common. So weird. Lil Brat, my cat loves that show too. Peekaboo doesn't seem to care about windows. Like to look outside and pretend. No, my family is from the English Montreal area. Oh, okay. Cool. Why did you move to Finland? That's an interesting change of pace, change of location. I wish Peekaboo liked the window show, because then we would just give her like a cute window bed to enjoy, because she used to be an outdoor cat, and now she's trapped as an indoor cat. She is currently living with my best friend, and she is being well taken care of, and my friend is overly worried about her welfare, which is good, because I like that, but Peekaboo is doing fine. She's a little shy still at my friend's house, but she's coming out of her shell. She's coming out from under the bed. Well, my cat is an indoor cat, and my apartment is very small, so the windows allow her some stimulation. Fair. Yeah, Peekaboo gets the zoomies at night. That was how she gets her stimulation. Why wouldn't she just catch mice, though? Come on. Plus, my apartment only has 2 windows, so not a huge amount of choice. Fair. Not too many channels to choose from. Well, if we move into an apartment next, like an apartment, not a house apartment, then I'm gonna get her one of those hammocks that stick to the window. And then she will have somewhere to sleep that is cozy and nice. Instead of hiding, she always finds somewhere to hide to sleep, and then I'll like walk by her and she'll be like, oh, you're just hiding, sleeping, being comfortable, just hidden. I think it's because when she was an outdoor cat, that was probably what she did during the day. She hid and slept so that she could hunt during the night. Big kitty she is. Hey, by the way, if you came in after the last time I've said this, don't forget to like the video, friends. Pretty please. It helps the channel and it helps people find the channel, which is what the algorithm gods require of me to ask you to like the video for. Because if you don't, then the algorithm gods are like, I guess no one wants to see her. Let's not show her to anyone else ever again. Whereas if you like it, they're like, maybe there's another person who would like this weird type of conversation. So definitely click the like button. Oh, God, my back is so stiff. I need a new chair. I was going to get one when we moved here because we were going to be here for 6 months, but now that we are going to be moving sooner, I'm just going to wait till we move to the new place. Thunder! 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 Come here! I'm gonna mute this so that I can yell. Just one sec. How did it know I wanted to? I didn't even touch it yet. One sec. My little BB. You causing troubles? Are you trouble causing? Are you making trouble for me? He goes and bugs my grandpa. And then my grandpa's like, your dog is trying to get my food. My son has a Maine Coon cat, beautiful, over 20 pounds and can't fit in the window and has torn his way up the wall trying... Come here. Come here. You can sit with me. Come here. Ugh. That's the best way to keep them happy and content for a while. Hold on, what is that? This mama needs time to wake up with tea and tunes. Give them the tea. No, you're not eating that. We brought home a feral barn kitty and are trying to befriend him. He will come snatch a treat from my hand now, but still won't let me touch him. Well, he needs to know that you're not going to eat him, and that'll take time, because cats are creatures of habit, right? I came here one summer to stay with a family so they could practice their English. Then I came back for 6 months as an au pair. 30 years later, I'm still here. That's awesome. I'm glad you found home. I'm glad you were able to find your home. Deanne, what have you named your feral barn kitty? My farm kitten wouldn't let me touch her for the first 4 months. Now she's sitting on my lap. Same with Peekaboo. She didn't let me come near her for the first 2 months, and then she didn't let me enjoy her presence for nearly a year before she started acting like a house cat. I just want a little bit of cereal. There's your nasty dog ASMR. Ugh, gross. Whiskey is a rescue cat my cousin gave me for Christmas last year. Aww. Peekaboo was a, she wasn't a feral cat. She was a stray cat, but she was eating well. Because she was fat. I thought she was pregnant, which is why I snatched her up from the outdoors. But she had worms and fleas and frostbite on her toes when we got her inside, and now she's a nice little house kitty with no worms or fleas or frostbite on her toes. My cat Morrigan, cute name, is still in that intermediate stage. Loves sitting on the lap and getting pats, but will still choose violence a lot. I will sit on your lap, but if you try to pick me up and put me on your lap, there will be words, hands will be thrown. Oh, baby. Oh, so sad. Anyway, his name is Mr. Tiger Fluffy Pants. I think that's a perfect name. Mr. Tiger Fluffy Pants. I had a lizard named Charles Herbert Mead, so name your animal whatever, because they're not gonna care. They're not gonna care, huh, Thunder? We didn't name Thunder. The shelter had his name. We could run a shelter and adopt them to other people. Oh my god. No, I would end up hoarding them. She decided to roll over and show me her tummy, then decided that she regretted that. Yep. Raven. Yep. That's what Peekaboo does. She rolls over and says, pet my tummy, and she'll let you pet right here. But if you get anywhere down here, you're gonna get not only grabbed by her front paws, but kicked by her back paws and bit. So she bites your hand right here. She holds on like this. Hi, oh yes, you would never do something like that. And then she uses her back legs to kick like a bunny. And she scratches the heck out of you. Doesn't she? Not you. She never attacked you. She's scared of you. Thunder barks and chases her. This is my dog. My very useful dog. I didn't even pet the... Oh, she rolled over, said pet my tummy, and then was like, actually, I hate you. Stay here, Thunder. Stay with me. Hey guys, I'm gonna go. I want to go and do things, and I'm pretty sure my mom is gonna come over pretty soon. This is my grandpa's birthday, and is that not blended well? What is happening on this eye versus this eye? That's a fail. Anyway, whoa, what's happened there? Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for coming. Thanks for hanging out. I liked hanging out with you. I hope you liked hanging out with me. If you did, come back tomorrow because I'm going to be back tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. So come back and we'll talk about something else. And I'll probably still be working on this blanket, but maybe I'll be working on something new. Who's to say? Who knows? We'll have to see. But love you all. Thank you so much for coming. And don't forget to like the video on the way out if you haven't. And if you're new, subscribe. Please. And check out Tuesday's video. It's sad, but it's good. Okay, love you. Bye. Say bye, Alex.
Bye, Alex.